I chose Glock because a friend had it. I thought it was cool because he said it was cool. Looking back now, that guy wasn't even cool. He's not even a friend anymore. Shout out to you. You know who it is. You're really fucking short and your tattoos are terrible.
God damn!
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down the shin bone lane. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Lane. Sally is a girl in Shinbone Alley. Bully in the alley. Sally is a girl that I like dearly. Bully down in Shinbone. So help me, Bob. So help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Lane. I found myself out on the spree off way. I found myself, which I'm so free of. Bully down in Shinbone. So help me now. I'm well, me Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Lane. I walked up to the angel in off way. Bully in the alley. I kicked on the door and walked right in. Oh, bully down in Shinbone. So help me now. So help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Lane. I walked up to the angel in off way. Bully in the alley. I kicked on the door and walked right in. Oh, bully down in Shinbone. So help me, Bob. So help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob. I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Lane.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight. We are indeed back after a little shutdown on, what was that? Was that Monday night? Yeah, so Monday night, Lucas Botkin hopped on to say what's up, promptly pointed a gun at the screen directly, and got the live shut down on Monday night, like an hour in, and we ended up finishing out like 3 hours later on the second channel. So we are actually technically live on the second channel, though I made sure that it's unlisted just in case this does get taken down again. It's already up, and it will actually be uploaded in full on the second channel rather than be getting cut in half. So before we get into everything, how is everyone's night tonight going?
Good. I'm gonna use some magic words that I don't truly believe in. Maybe that might get
magic words
that'll keep the video alive, and that is, I love Jews. They're wonderful. They've never done anything wrong ever. now the stream won't get taken.
We need to have the
Indians too.
I need to get that clip
PSR
of John
music
Bolton.
video intro.
Yeah. Get something like that, or one where it's like John Bolton just saying "Bomb Iran, bomb Iran," just over and over again.
Bomb,
Iran. Yeah. Logan, how's your night going?
Going well. Just got home not too long ago. Started loading up some ammo and gave me an invite to hop on. So we're here.
Yeah. Casting couch operator, how's your night going, sir?
It is going wonderful. We are here at the family lake house.
Well, it's good
going
to hear that it's going well for the black casting couch operator. When another one of our fellow black content creators on the platform, Mr. Vintage Warfare, got his wings clipped at 300,000 subscribers because YouTube did in fact take away his EBT card, took away his entire monetization, all of it for the crime of uploading a Russian music video 2 years ago, or just Russian audio from 2 years ago from a game that's up. I believe it was a Tarkov LARP or something like that. So they took away his monetization, which for a channel of his size is, you know,
A big deal.
It's a big deal because especially if that's your income, that's, you know, his job for the most part. That's what he does, among other things. So yeah, that's a huge hit. Now I hope that he's able to reapply at some point in the future. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put that video link in the chat. And then I'm also going to link to his, oh shoot, I actually can't show that. Forgot about that. Just because he was handling a firearm there. But yeah, so he started up a Patreon in case people wanted to help him out a little bit, because YouTube took away all of his shekels for this month. They PP slapped him, took away all the shekels, and yeah, very sad to see. Now that is something that could happen to any channel at any point in time. They can retroactively go in there and take away your monetization, and they don't even necessarily pay out the money that they owe you. So for instance, if you have, let's say, $5,000 in your AdSense account and then you get your monetization taken away, you may get that money at some point that you're owed. It could take months. Maybe they'll give it back to you if you ever get your monetization back, but it can be very, very rough. So I mean, depending on how much they essentially stole from him for his months of work, because they're always a month behind, a lot of that could be in flux at the moment. So if you want to support Black content creators, support oppressed voices support in the industry, that's right. Vintage Warfare on Patreon. The link is pinned in chat if you wish to help out a fellow African American here. Look at this. Isn't this the face that you guys want to support? Look at this pure African.
He's never done anything
excellence.
wrong. He didn't do nothing.
Beautiful.
This is the face of African excellence.
Oh my God.
In other news, things are heating up in the Middle East. Donald Trump has threatened to drop Chris Christie on them, which is pretty sad. Now I heard
that'll make those tungsten rods from God seem tame.
I did hear that they had to take 25 different tanker airplanes to carry all the separate pieces of Chris Christie across. So it was a huge operation to bring it across, and they had, what was it, 12 F-22s as support or something like that. So things are moving, things are heating up. Once they reassemble Chris Christie on the other side and drop him off, I'm sure that Iran is going to have another mostly peaceful regime change.
I've seen Chris Christie IRL when I was working at Cardinals Stadium. He was just at a football game, and we were driving around in our golf carts, and we almost got sucked into his gravitational pull.
Makes Randy and Wes seem small.
Dude, it's wild seeing him in real life. He's enormous. Like genuinely, like awe-inspiringly.
It's like the penguin is really short and fat, but Chris Christie's just big and fat.
He's just enormous.
It's like that takes effort to get that big.
Yeah. It's impressive. I'll give him that.
Oh, and then the other fat in the news, Randy Fines, has volunteered to be the first person boots on the ground in Iran personally. Certainly not willing just to send you there.
I thought you were about to name drop Randy reviews it.
Yeah. It's just unlucky that they're both named Randy. It's not his. Well, it is his fault, but it's just unlucky that he has the same name.
Is it his fault?
Well, it's his fault that he shares the same name and body style. Not necessarily the name part, but yeah, you know how it is. Night Fighter says buy a Night Fighter bandolier. If we're going to be talking about gear recommendations, Night Fighter is a guy who makes things. So I still need to get him and Cody back on, but we'll talk about that in the future, I'm sure. Pranka needs breakfast. Pranka does in fact need breakfast.
He needs a hug from Hop too.
I think he's filled by IPAs and rage. I think that's his breakfast.
Nicotine.
Yeah. But another funny thing that I just saw, somebody posted this in the Discord, and I thought it was hilarious. We have in
Oh, boy.
2025, we have drone warfare, and we also have the new what was it, Mendoza from Black Ops 2. Everything is just lining up. We have Black Ops 2 was a prophecy, not just a video game. It was also peak musically and aesthetically. But
The thing is, this is the
What
problem. Israel always victimizes itself, and I have never seen a victim putting their oppressor under siege and bombing them 24/7.
Jeez.
Dealing with Israel is so difficult. It's like being in a relationship with a narcissistic psychopath. He fucks you up, and then he makes you think it's your fault.
All right,
You
that's
look
it.
at Israel as Superman, but they're really Homelander.
That's
Damn.
Menendez,
Good
yeah, but
bars.
Black Ops 2, surprisingly accurate. Now, we obviously we don't support Menendez. That was awful heresy that he just shouted out there. Very hateful, very unbased of him. No one would ever
Yeah.
side with him on something like that.
I've read the Talmud 7 times.
Ouch!
I'm
I feel
sorry.
sorry.
I
for
read
you.
it. That's such
Yeah,
an enormous.
that's not a that's not an easy read for multiple
God,
reasons.
I've seen actual collections of it, and it's I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just not gonna bother. Don't care enough.
A wise choice.
Andy Cody for 2 says, sup, ma Sigas. We are going to be talking about SIG as well, because SIG did in fact come out with a product named HYP, which
Oh,
is
boy.
absolutely genius marketing. So I guess let's start the hype train out. Noob Actual for $4.99 says, unless you go live Friday, this will be my last stream, a bachelor. Better get spicy tonight, my dudes. Well, hey, that's awesome. I think we might stream Friday. So we'll get to stream on Friday while you're still a bachelor. And then Saturday, you can just chill, hang out with the new misses on the stream on Saturday, because I think we're having the Lead and Steel Defender on Saturday now, because I couldn't stream yesterday because Lucas pointed a gun at the camera. But so we had to push that back to Saturday. You know, just little things. But hey, congratulations. That is awesome to hear. I hope that you are doing well and going somewhere fun for the honeymoon. Todd and Dogs for 2 says, I got you shut down and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, unfortunately it was it could have been you, but YouTube blamed Lucas instead. Mitzvah TV for 109 says, John Shepard, I like you. Funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
And Jake Zor for 199 says, hello, y'all. Good panel tonight. Bye. Christ is Lord. Indeed. Thank you very much, Jake, for the 199. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. All right. So before we get to the main topic, should we get to demonetized or demonetized?
I want to hear about this.
I would imagine the demonetized one would be
waiter.
a bit more fun.
Please, more Sig slop. I desire more Sig slop at this instance.
We'll go Sig in just a minute. We'll go Sig in just a minute. But before we get to that, how about this? So this is something that people are talking about. Today, I released a video on the Gun.Deals channel talking about the big, beautiful bill and how the Short Act, which deregulates SBRs, SBSs, AOWs, got put back into the big, beautiful bill. But something that a lot of people have been talking about today is the land that they're trying to get sold off, the public land that they're going to convert to sell off to private investors, foreign entities, or whoever else it might be. Upwards of 250 million acres of public land. Just a couple acres, 82 million of them alone in Alaska. For some reason,
that's a hit.
Now, if you're Oregon has 21 million, which is insane compared to its size. California 16, Arizona 14, Colorado 14, Idaho 21 million. So you're getting BlackRock into your neighborhood. Well, yeah, and no kidding. Nevada 33 million, insane. New Mexico 14, Utah 18, Washington 5.4, and Wyoming 15 million acres, which sucks because Wyoming's next to me. Now.
It's gonna hurt for a lot.
Are they
of
just
people.
selling off swaths of like desert land? Is that
It-
like is this
public land,
all
so
like BLM
BLM
type land and stuff?
Essentially, yeah. So a lot of your hiking, your walking, your national forests and stuff like that, or at least just generic public land, that stuff is some of it is going to be on the chopping block. Now,
Oof.
do you guys know who the largest private landowner in the U.S. is?
I'm gonna
China?
guess it's probably BlackRock.
It's BlackRock. BlackRock
Okay.
has the BlackRock, and I think Bill Gates is another one that's super far up there. I think
That
he
wouldn't
owns the
surprise me.
most.
I think
For some
he owns like
reason-
a lot of farmland or something.
Yeah, I think he owns the most farmland in the U.S., but it's BlackRock and Bill Gates, and they were like, yo, we'll give you an influx of cash if you sell us 90 million acres at
Oh,
pennies on the dollar, essentially, and that'll help raise some cash for the deficit or something. And then we surely won't, raise housing prices, make it more difficult to do things, make it more difficult to farm, or use that land for nefarious purposes, sell it off to foreign entities, whatever else it might be. But this is another really bad thing wrapped up in the big, beautiful bill. So I know that on our side, everybody's very excited at the prospect of getting suppressors or SBRs or whatever it may be deregulated to a point where more people can have access to them. But then within the same bill, they're selling off all of the land you might be able to actually use those items on. Not to mention just the destruction of public land, forestry, natural habitats, whatever else it might be. I think that America's natural beauty is something that should be preserved, and we don't, in fact, need a Walmart every 4 square miles. That's not my idealized future for this nation.
I agree. I mean, that stuff it's very valuable, and it's really what sets America apart from a lot of other nations. So it'd be very sad to see it go. Be a very big instance of we won, but at what cost?
This is over a third of our land that this bill is trying to sell off. A third of federal land.
Significant.
It's a big chunk.
And if it could actually be sold, no, there's actually just no justifying this. One, our debt problem has basically nothing to do with any of the big things that people scream and bitch.
Well, and they're going to be selling the land at not even a reasonable rate. It's going to be very, very discounted for these people.
Yeah,
And,
even if they sold the max amount, it would make a single dent.
I think the argument might be that it will make housing cheaper because this land will be able to be converted into housing, but I'm not sure if that's going to actually have an effect in reality.
It depends on how many H1Bs they bring in to build it.
Well, that's the argument. They're like, oh, look at all this housing we have now. Now we need to bring in even more immigrants. It's like, oh, well,
yeah.
Now this just sucks all the way around.
Imagine the natural beauty of America's wilderness just getting turned into massive Section 8 just O blocks filled with H1B1 visas.
You know what? That's probably the dystopian environment that they wish, right? Is just dystopian O blocks as far as the eye can see. Just downtown LA, but everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Brutalism to demoralize you on purpose. If they wanted to sell some of this land for some housing, I wouldn't be too mad about that. But where they're selling, like, there's a lot of unused military bases that could very easily be converted into subdivisions or whatever, and that wouldn't be a big deal. But that's not what they're doing. They're selling like national park land.
Yeah.
And Reject Modernity says they need that land for tunnels. Oh no. Oh no.
The last time I was aware of a government entity selling their like native owned or claimed property, if you will, kind of a niche example, but the city of Chicago actually sold all of their public roadway like parking spots to a private entity, and now it is a hellscape trying to find parking anywhere, and it's unfathomably expensive. So just be ready for something like that if you ever want to go to a national forest or BLM land.
Yeah, on its face, I just don't want a third of public land that I have access to being sold off to BlackRock to be used for whatever evil purposes they feel is right. Not my thing.
This is going to affect the Nut and Fancy review times drastically.
It's
gonna be
250 million acres sold, Nut and Fancy most affected. And they are actually selling how many in Utah? Almost 20 million acres, 18.7 million acres in Utah alone.
It's just
Jesus.
It's just too much. And the problem is like,
and there's no need to. There's no need to do this. This is if you're going to earn money, or I should say cut spending rather than doing something retarded like this. That you're never going to be able to get that land back. Like I think the last person who really took conservation seriously was Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah,
who did a lot of the work to protect the national parks and stuff like that.
That's just what we've had on the books. So like, it just never needed to be changed because we didn't have these crises, these manufactured artificial crises that we have now.
Man-made horrors.
Yeah, well, people freak out about the debt spending, and they're like, "Oh, let's sell off public land, let's gut military, let's cut this out of there." It's HHS spending. It's health and human services spending. 55% of it is health and human services. It's Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security.
Well, let's just do a little breakdown on who's putting more money into the system than they're taking out. Okay. Reed Meme says, "Hey John, just received my upper built. You built. Absolutely love it. Glad to hear it. Awesome.
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you for the support, sir. Thank you. It's awesome. I know it takes a little bit longer than some would like, but trust me, it's semi worth it.
You can't rush art.
But you can rush me, and it doesn't work. Did any of you guys watch Tucker Carlson and Mr. Ted Cruz? They had a little.
I did not
watch the actual. I haven't watched the full thing.
Well, here's a nice little clip that kind of sums things up well enough between the way that they view foreign politician aid, like foreign aid, but specifically for politicians. So. Well, listen to this clip. This is one of the things that I was like, this will probably get me demonetized.
So I've never taken money from the Israel lobby. Have you? Taken money from the Israel? From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals.
Would you like to guess how much money AIPAC has given?
I've seen that number. I won't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
I don't know. I couldn't possibly imagine. This is very much so a new territory for me.
Millions.
There's one guy I forget. Holy shit!
No, the actual number is $1.5 million.
Seems a little.
And that's not private investors or anything else. That is just the actual AIPAC group is $1.5 million. So, with that in mind,
there's one guy apparently who's received like $8 from them. It's like.
$9.44. Yeah. It's like you can buy a local politician for $9.44. Like
buy him a cheeseburger or something.
Yeah, no kidding. You might not even be able to buy him a Happy Meal for that.
And then Wendy's 4 for $4, maybe.
Yeah, they can do the challenge.
You can attempt the challenge.
Yep.
Do the drill.
All right.
So I've never taken money from the Israel lobby. Have you?
Taken money from the Israel?
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals. Right. So it's not the PAC itself, but they're individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship and relationship.
Is AIPAC a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action Committee.
What does it lobby for?
Right. It's an American organization that argues for American-Israeli relationships specifically.
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Right.
And I've worked.
What an odd mission statement.
You think Texas would be his
to
priority?
Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Right.
And I've worked every day to do that. AIPAC, a lot of times, AIPAC, I wish were much more effective. Like there are folks online who are in the fever swamp of terrified of AIPAC, and AIPAC.
I'm not terrified of AIPAC at all. You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
No, not uncomfortable at all.
I'm just asking what AIPAC does. My understanding, having known a lot of people who work at AIPAC, is that it lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
When was
Tucker Carlson, he has his issues, whatever happens to be, but I do like his little mannerisms sometimes where he's like, okay, really? Are you sure about that?
Lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
When
was the last time AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name one.
Okay. let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC,
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets.
No, I'm not going to do a simple.
I want to get to the core question. AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government, and I don't. It's not. It's lobbying for the United States.
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
Okay, so it's not has nothing to do with the foreign government.
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
Right, which is it's arguing on behalf of a foreign government. Now listen, like, if you want to make an argument for, like, that's what ambassadors do, right? Because we have ambassadors all over the world. We have other ambassadors here. They argue on behalf of, like, hey, this is why it's beneficial for us to work together. But AIPAC just does the exact same thing while handing American politicians money for the stated intent of improving American-Israel relations. Like, they are explicitly working on behalf of the Israeli people, Israeli government, whatever you want to call it, right?
I wouldn't be upset if they didn't push so many anti-nativist politicians.
Well, and or gun control or whatever else that it happens to be, right?
I swear, taking your guns, it's good for Israel. It's good for us. It's good for both of us, guys.
I'm not 100% sure AIPAC cares that much about it. I think they have one goal, and that's giving money to Israel, because Israel probably can't survive as a country on its own without
100%. They can't.
Yeah, they might now that they have all of our tech, and the rest of the world is decades behind. And I have too many comments. I'd get in trouble with everybody. But yeah, they're just like they just like give to anybody who will be pro-Israel, whether or not the rest of that person's platform will help or harm America, which is shockingly short-sighted. Because if your country's existence depends on my country's existence, wouldn't you want to, like, ensure that we're doing well? Especially because at least the raw dollar figure that we give to Israel, I mean, it's staggering to us, but, like, relative to the rest of federal spending, it's not actually all that much. It's just frustrating that we can't be like, hey, why are we doing that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's mixed up with X amount of other trillions of dollars, and you're like, well, it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. It's a rounding error at some point, but
something
you'd think the
greatest
AIPAC
ally,
guys would be like,
something.
Yeah, you think the AIPAC guys would be like, hey, we're getting pretty unpopular right now. Let's do something to become popular. Let them be nativist like we are for our country.
No, double down.
You would think so, but I don't necessarily think that's their goal. Did you guys see the Samson posting on IV 1488's Twitter the other day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if they have our best interests at heart. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay, but it's lobbying on behalf of the interests of another country.
So that's not true at all. And if
it's not true.
No. And
how much contact do you think AIPAC leaders have for the government of Israel?
No idea. I imagine some. I think the government of Israel is often frustrated with AIPAC because AIPAC's not nearly strong enough.
Do you think there's any coordination between the
No, AIPAC, you're not doing enough to influence American politics.
Government of Israel and AIPAC?
Do they talk? Sure. If you're lobbying for more U.S.-Mexico trade, would you talk to people in the U.S. and Mexico and the government? Sure. Like if.
So I'm not mad about that. There are a million countries that lobby Washington. I like a lot of those countries, including Israel.
But AIPAC are Americans. They're not Israelis.
Hold on. There are tons of Americans who lobby on behalf of foreign governments. I know them. I'm related to some of them. I know how it works. I'm from here. So my question is not, is it outrageous that foreign governments lobby the United States? They all do, okay, including Israel. My only question is, why don't we admit that is what's happening? You're denying it, but it's true.
Yeah,
and why
aren't they? Is false.
Why aren't they registered as a foreign lobby?
Because they're not.
They aren't on a technicality, because all of them are technically American citizens.
Right, but they explicitly argue for Israeli benefits.
Yeah.
At the cost of millions of dollars to your local politician for some reason.
Look, if they were helping us turn Iraq into a federal territory where we could tax and actually extract wealth and make things better for the American people, maybe wouldn't be so mad.
Maybe. I think the world could be a different place if that were true, though. We wouldn't be the American we know and love today if that was true. Mitzvah TV 29 says Ted cruising on those rail funds. Effing hate Texas. Texas is an interesting mix of based and cringe, and kind of more purple than people like to admit.
This is becoming more and more purple by the day.
Well, yeah, and you guys forget that Ted Cruz almost lost. What was that a few years ago? It was like 51%, 50.5%. Very close. Very, very close. Joseph Maya, or Joseph Velvet, says, I'm just here to dunk on the Izzies. Understandable.
Took me a second to figure out what he's referring to. It's like, the drink?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
These Izzies you're speaking of?
Says Qatar has controlled the American government since Jekyll Island circa 1910. Pay no attention to the dual citizen Qataris. They're subversive. Yes, that's true. That's actually a good motto. We are now going after the Qataris. I'm a Qatari conspiracy theorist. Thank you very much for the $4.99 CK. Appreciate it, sir.
They give a lot of money to, like, joking aside, they genuinely give a lot of money to colleges to spread political Islam, which is really frustrating.
Yeah. Well, Islam is another subversive element within the U.S.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much money did they pay 8 years ago to get the Olympics in Qatar for that? Or was it the World Cup? Whatever it happened to be, they got that huge.
At least 3 camels, a couple slaves. I don't know.
Listen, say what you want about slave labor. Very efficient. Okay. They build the best stadiums.
I'm sure they do.
It's
a lot of.
It's great when they build it for free.
Yeah, it's also very cheap for some reason.
Yeah.
How'd they get it so cheap? What are all these Malaysians doing here?
Yeah. Bones is bought by Big Horizontal. True. Big vertical phone gang.
Does it actually change my camera if I go like this? No, I'm just sideways. Fuck you. This is why Big Horizontal bought me out.
It's got the horizontal plague.
Spread lies. Okay, I'm locked in.
All right, locked in. All right, now one of our favorite guests on the panel, Trench Grenade, the other day so kindly interrupted us multiple times to ask about where, in fact, can we get the best gear from. Now that T-Rex Arms is in a bit of a kerfuffle with Lucas Botkin, where on earth can we get our gear from? Where do we shop? Where? We're just not going to be able to figure it out. Yeah, I know. I know.
Here. We're gonna get the answer.
I know personally. No one else getting every article from T-Rex Arms. But I thought, people actually did in the comments. They did actually ask for some recommendations. So very quickly, we are going to blast through a couple of these. I just grabbed the ones that I use the most. I asked for some other input, some other places. And this is kind of what we're going to be going over tonight. So where
Gun Dot Deals immediately F tier. No one likes them.
Worst. I hate Gun Dot Deals.
So it is not. It is not S tier. It is. I know. Relax. Okay. Let me get my argument out of the way. So this is not ranked S to F tier. Nothing like that. So there are a couple spots. The top spots are kind of like the check first, either usually because they have it in stock or because they have the best prices. Gun Dot Deals. I am a paid Gun Dot Deals contributor. I think I'm the only paid contributor on there. And it is. Yes. But I'm not done shilling yet, guys. Come on, you gotta let me get the shill out before you call me. Gosh. But they're a place that they don't sell anything. They just aggregate things. So if you're looking for whatever it might be, yeah. So you can just check it. It's just a deal aggregator, much like another one that's absolutely fantastic that every single one of you should be using.
AmmoSeek.
AmmoSeek, because AmmoSeek is absolutely
the AmmoSeek for guns.
Yeah, guns and gear, everything, right? Not just guns, optics, whatever it might be. But yeah, AmmoSeek, probably the best ammo aggregator on the internet. They do a fantastic job. Unless I know I'm getting a specific type of ammo from a specific place like HSL or Super Velocity or whatever else it might be, AmmoSeek is where I check 99% of the time. And that's where you guys should be checking too.
That's where I get
yeah, something that does the exact same thing, which again doesn't sell anything, is WikiArms. WikiArms is quite literally just another search engine that kind of combines AmmoSeek and Gun Dot Deals. So it is very similar. So if you're looking for just deal aggregators, the best three: AmmoSeek for ammo, no doubt about it, WikiArms, and Gun Dot Deals. Those are the best ones.
With
Okay.
gun.deals, if you're looking for something in particular, what I like to do is go to the manufacturer's website, grab the actual SKU, and
SKU or
then
UPC.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
slap that in
Copy
the
paste
search
usually
engine.
works.
It because like if you go to whatever staccato, you'll just get like 30 different staccato options, and the pictures aren't always matched correctly. So you're like, oh,
Right,
this
and
is
it's
the
not
staccato
necessarily
I
the
want.
one that you want. Yeah, I search by UPC usually because
Yeah.
if they have a UPC or a SKU or an MPN, whatever it might be, that's the best way to do it. But
Problem
yeah,
is
you
most
can do that
manufacturers
on
post
WikiArms,
UPCs,
Gun.deals,
which
and AmmoSeek
drives
is
me
super
crazy.
simple to use. So if you're actually looking for good ammo, good prices, check those first. That's what I would recommend. Now, just because it's funny, cheaper than dirt. They can go
Lol.
in the will rip you off territory. I think that's quite funny. They
Yeah.
very famous for tripling
Friends
their
don't let friends use
prices
cheaper than
overnight.
dirt.
Yeah, they were one of the first ones. As soon as there was even a whiff of panic buying, they were like 9mm, $1 a round.
Oh my
for
God.
basically everything. It was really bad. They did it first, so they were the ones that got clowned on it the hardest, and they still have not recovered to this day. I don't even know how they're in business, but I never look there. I never buy from them. I never want to buy from them. So
Like
cheaper than dirt.
5 years ago, I would check there sometimes, and then I went recently, and I was like, why is there nothing here anymore? And then they have never gone back. I didn't realize that's what happened to them. That's really funny.
Yeah, Trip, please do a how does cheaper than dirt still exist episode. I don't know. I mean, apparently people still buy from them. So back in the day, like when I was like 10 or 12 years old, I remember cheaper than dirt being really good for airsoft. Back when I did airsoft, I remember
Interesting.
buying stuff from them or having my parents buy like airsoft stuff from them because they would have like cheap stuff that would actually work. And this was like almost 20 years ago at this point. But that's really the only stuff I've ever bought at cheaper than dirt. So I don't know. Maybe they're still good for airsoft.
They did have a lot of SKS Bubba stuff and Mosin stocks.
That sounds about right.
That checks out. All right. Let me see here. What's another one that will sometimes rip you off, but maybe it's just not for me. I don't know. Is Optics Planet? It's really hard to see that. Optics Planet. I still buy from them. Yeah, no, it's hard to see, but that is the Optics Planet logo PNG, but it's a black background, so it does not pop at all. It's very, very hard to see.
There it
That's
is.
Optics Planet. Occasionally, I still buy stuff from them because they might be the only company that has it in stock, but you never really know if that in stock is real or not. Because there was a time, again during the pandemic when this happened, when I bought some ammo that they had, some just off the wall random ammo because it was like quote unquote in stock. And then like a year later, I finally got the product after prices had fallen below what I had actually paid for the ammo at. So they just left me on hold for like a year until I got the ammo. And I was like, okay, well, I have it now. I had forgotten about it, honestly, at that point. You get a notification and you're like, Optics Planet is shipping me something? I haven't bought from them in like a year. It's like, yep, it's the thing you bought from them a year ago. It is now shipping. So
that's awesome. I had a homie who... Oh, go ahead, Joe John.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, Shit Ass Tactical. Great name for this take for $2. Says Optic Planet is S tier, ride or die. All right. Take one, can have. Thank you for the $2, sir. I mean, I do still occasionally buy from Optics Planet, but you know, they can have some issues from time to time actually shipping you products.
My buddy, he wanted to buy. It's a chest rig from Tarkov. It's like the Voodoo something tactical rig. They were the only ones that had it in stock. He ordered it, did not like radio silence from them for like 3 months. He reached out, they wouldn't refund him. He never got the rig. So since that happened, I'll not buy anything from them. But I'm glad other people have had good experiences. Asterix. The one he had, he's like, yeah, they just took like $200 from me, and I never saw that money or my chest rig ever.
Mm.
A couple times I've ordered anything from them, everything shipped to me just fine and relatively fast. So maybe I just got lucky. So
that's good.
The chat is letting us know what they think about Optics Planet, which is very nice. All right,
maybe we can put them in not for me tier.
Yeah, probably not for mid-tier. Let's see. Primary arms, usually good product, good price. Not just talking about the actual primary arms like line of optics, but usually they have just about everything on the website that you could want. Good sales at times, decent products, good price. Nothing fantastic. Usually, I mean, every now and again they could have something great, but they are a website, and I'm actually a dealer for primary arms as well. So I actually have their wholesale side as well, which is pretty good. But in general, have a good selection, good product, good price. Nothing fantastic.
I would agree on all counts.
Anybody have any thoughts on primary arms before we move on?
Anytime I'm
Other
gonna
than I
do
wanna
a
sell their
build,
stuff.
Mm.
what was that?
Oh, I want to become a primary arms dealer as well.
Yeah,
It's like-
I mean, it's pretty easy. Once you get your business license, you should be able to do it.
Oh, based.
I have the LLC.
Anytime
I just need to do tax things.
they'll get you. Anytime I go to build something, like want to do like a build or buy an optic or something, usually I check primary arms to see if they have it, and then if it's on sale, and usually they have the best selection for the best prices, and then I just wait for the save 12 deal where everything's 12% off, and I just wait for it, and then I buy whatever it is I have in my cart for whatever I'm doing.
The only problem with primary arms is they don't have the best selection of Trigicons. But
That's fair. They don't have
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing where Optics Planet actually comes in handy, because sometimes they just have a ridiculous selection of optics. Like they have everything at times.
Yeah, I like the cross reticle ACOGs. That's what I want. Is the
My homie's been talking about those.
That's what Delta 34 likes.
Another one that has absolutely insane deals at times is Euro Optics, and on random things. Like sometimes I will find Geisley products on Euro Optic cheaper than Geisley's dealer pricing, and I'm a dealer for Geisley, and I'm like, I don't know how they did it, but it's cheaper on Euro Optic, so I'm buying this from Euro Optic now. All right, fair enough that I'm buying
awesome.
this stuff, but and also great deals sometimes on optics. I've bought a lot of optics from them, but they don't just do optics; they do a little bit of everything. Very, very good prices.
Yeah, that's where I bought my Tridge Frito LPVO from.
Mhm.
And I was able to get it for like $600. That was like,
oh yeah, nice,
sweet. I'll take that price.
I've heard good things. I've never used them personally, but people say if you're looking for glass at the best price you can get it at is Euro Optics.
Yeah, and usually they sell below map. They'll have like the add to cart, or sometimes they have their red label, which is free 2-day air shipping, which is pretty nice as well on certain products. So depending on what it is. So if you're going for more expensive items, Euro Optic usually has a killer price on it.
That's usually where I look at ACOGs. That's kind of why I was thinking about them, because they're like, for a TAO, what's the basic one with the tritium?
Nerd.
The
I'm joking. Continue. I'm sorry.
I don't know, whatever one this
TA 31 or 34.
Yeah, 34. I think. Yeah, just like the one that everyone thinks of as an ACOG. That's like
ACOG nerds are crying in the chat right now because we don't know the number.
I like the TA02 with the green cross reticle. That's the one I like. It's like 1,100 on Euro Optic last I checked.
Yeah. Let's see. Another one that's odd. Let me see. AIM Surplus. They do a little bit of everything.
I've never been to there.
I've bought a couple things from them because they had killer prices, but also sometimes they just get like really cool used police trade-ins. So you can get like a Gen 3 clock at times for like $300. So sometimes they have an interest, and now it cycles out. They don't always have that deal in stock, right? Whatever it might be. But AIM Surplus, I don't know if it's more specific product or good product, good price, but I mean, they have their own brand of stuff. I have one of their barrels in my Glock right now that's sitting at my feet. So, I mean, they have some decent products in there, cheap stuff, mostly more budget stuff, I would say. It's not high end, mostly budget stuff. But they also sometimes have really good prices on ammo as well. So sometimes I'll just get a bunch of random stuff from them. Nice. Right to Bear kind of also goes in that good product, good price. Their selection is pretty poor on a lot of things, but they generally have a good price. And again, for more budget items, depending on what you're looking for, Right to Bear can be pretty good in that same category, in my opinion. Let me see here. What's next? Midway. I only ever buy from Midway if it's the only one in stock.
Same. I've bought once or twice from them, and it's always been, I can't find this anywhere else. Oh, they have it. All right, I'll buy it.
Yeah, and
I think
I'll get
stuff
it
I
from
bought
there.
from Midway has like just generally been like general like terms related like tools and stuff. I've never bought
Goodness.
any gear.
What is this?
Word Trench.
Oh,
Holy
Trench
moly.
and Randy going at it. Jim's you can slowly what you've worked so hard your entire life to ruin your body. That is a harsh burn, Trench. Ouch. Damn.
Sheesh.
Well, apparently the only nukes aren't being dropped on Iran right now. Ouch.
I mean, Randy does kind of do it to himself. Like, dog, hit it, get on a treadmill.
Hey, Randy's working.
Hey,
Randy,
he's
he
working
got,
on
he
it.
got his surgery.
Well,
He's down to like
working on losing
500
weight.
calories a day. He's doing it, man. He's doing what
You
he's
know
got
what?
to do.
I
losing a lot of
rescind
weight
my
right now.
bullying. I rescind my bullying. Here's to you, Randy.
I
believe in you.
rescind.
You
I
can do it.
rescind. I take it back.
That's right.
Yeah, I take back the bullying.
Take it back. I included these two on here because they're pretty darn good for a lot of random things. Mag Shack and Gun Mag Warehouse. If you're looking for magazines, depending on which one has what in stock, great prices usually. Now, Gun Mag Warehouse in recent years, back when they used to be shielded by Grantham, but in recent years they've expanded to do a lot of other things. So I've actually bought like a bunch of random ammo for them because they have the best price on it, and I'm about to buy like another 2,000 rounds from them in the next couple days. On a very, very niche ammo that only they have in stock for a really cheap price. So depending on what it is, they're more niche, obviously, because they focus on magazines, but both good.
I'll have to check them out next time. I need 15-round CZ75 mags, which are shockingly hard to come by.
Mag Shack and Gun Mag Warehouse, two good ones to go to. And
whatever
one has a better deal, I usually go with. I bought from both very recently.
See, I tried Mag Shack forever ago, and I was looking, couldn't find them, and just randomly one day at Bear Arms in Scottsdale, they just happened to have some, so I bought them.
Let me see. Brownells. I don't know why you would shop at Brownells unless they have a sale on a very specific product. For me, they're more expensive than just about everybody else on the list. Or if you're buying a BRN4 or a BRN 180 or one of their special products that you can only get at Brownells. Like I know for a while they were selling their LPVOs for like $300 because nobody wanted to buy them. But it's because they had like a donut reticle, like an EOTech reticle, but with no holes, no nothing. So just like a donut reticle in a 1-8. It's like, that's kind of useless. So they're blowing them out like $300.
The way God intended.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is, because they're pretty big in the industry and people love their like AR retro stuff line. So I don't know why they don't have a better selection on other products.
It's just expensive.
Brownells again.
Anytime I go to Brownells, it's just expensive.
I've only ever bought like tools and stuff like files and stones and stuff from them.
Yeah.
It's like I've never bought any gear from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the only things I would go to Brownells for at this point is their in-house manufacturing stuff like the BRN 180.
Yeah. Rooftop Defense is another one of those places where they have more niche products. Not great pricing a lot of the times, but they have niche products and they sell
pretty based though.
Yeah, they're based and they send you ramen or candy in your packages, which is cool. So whenever I get something from them, it's either I give my wife the ramen and I'm like, you like this stuff? This is for you.
That's
not for me.
hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
At some point I need to try actual ramen. I just haven't gotten around to actually doing that.
Well, they send you like the cheap stuff in the box, but it's just funny that they do that.
For the longest time, I've only ever known of that, and so for the longest time, I'm like, why are people so excited about this? This stuff kind of sucks.
Well, hey,
until I'm
John,
like, oh no, it's an actual whole thing. It's not just
You have to have
noodles and stuff.
Yeah, you can get it done at a real restaurant, and it's going to be good. John, is Rooftop Defense? Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they the ones that put in a truncated Bible in the box with you, or is it somebody else? Have I forgotten?
I don't know. I've ordered.
You know who did that for me?
Once. I ordered a B5 pistol grip for an AR from them once.
Okay, yeah.
You know who gave me a Bible with my order? Munition Works.
Who's that?
I met this man in person, and he handed
Mm-hmm.
it off to me like handshake. This is for you, and I was like,
Nice.
"Holy based, bro!"
Yeah, a pocket
Damn.
Constitution. That's what they give you. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Munition Works is another good one. They're an AR builder, so they're not going to be quite as relevant to everybody here, but good guys, good product. Another one that's right next to specific products and Rooftop Defense is going to be Bauer Precision. because Bauer Precision is another one of those places where they have very specific items that are sometimes hard to get. Like, for instance, I buy a lot of Reardon muzzle devices only from Bauer Precision because they actually have them in stock, whereas nobody else does. So they're a company that I go to for very specific niche products. Daniel Defense, Geisley, some of these other guys where you might not be able to find the specific model that you want somewhere else. You can usually get it at Bauer Precision or Rooftop Defense. So they're kind of in the same category, but I don't go generally shopping there.
Okay.
Arms List. This is a local one. Well, I guess Bones, you did a whole video on like places you can check for good deals, like Facebook Marketplace, your local ads or whatnot. But Arms List is kind of like that. It's obviously not Facebook because you can't sell guns on Facebook. Arms List, you can sell just about anything, and it's just private party type stuff that you can look up. So I don't know if you have any other suggestions on that note, Bones.
I made a whole video about this stuff. Don't watch it. It's not good. I did not know how to do audio at that time. Don't watch it. But for me, if I ever want to buy anything 2A related that isn't like a very specific part or barrel or muzzle device, I'll check Arms List. I'll check Tax Swap and Marketplace. And those are usually where I get the most insane deals because you deal with someone who's just trying to get rid of stuff and not make a profit. But again, that's very specific.
Brutal.
That's rude, okay? John's taught me so much about audio. I'm away from the studio right now.
Bucky says Arms List is D tier. So much time wasted trying to sell a damn Wasser. The problem with Arms List is it depends where you live and who you're dealing with. Because if you're dealing with idiots, then it's not going to, because you're not directly selling, right? The website just allows you to post things on there. So it just depends. Tax Swap, Arms List, I mean Gun Broker if you want to get into the boomer FUD territory and bad pricing. But yeah, there are some local ads. I think somebody said Utah Gun Exchange is pretty good. There are some other local places you can get.
One in here, I forget the name of it, but I'm kind of wary of selling guns to people here because we're so close to the border.
That's fair. Obviously you are
especially when they just refuse to do the private, like, I mean, when they
is it still available? No, the listing is up, so it's definitely not available.
Yep, I'm just trolling. No, you're definitely taking your own liability and your own, you're taking probably the most risk on a face-to-face sale, but you're also generally getting the best deals if you know how to self-advocate and not get scammed.
Yeah, I mean, some of you guys need to talk to people in real life. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So maybe you guys should go meet some people.
They hide.
All right. Although I will say that I went to this one guy in South Dakota. I was buying some ammo from him for this very specific thing, and I we do the deal. We just talk, whatever, have a good time. I go back, and then I check the boxes, and some of the boxes are like half empty, and I didn't realize that. And I was like. You seemed so nice too. You seemed so nice, and I just got scammed. Unbelievable.
That sucks.
Oh well.
That sucks.
C'est la vie. Go ahead.
Well, one of the acquaintances, I'm not 100% sure how true this is, but apparently his buddy went to sell a gun or buy a gun, and ended up in a shootout, and both he and the guy that was trying to get his gun died.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I have been worried about that. I had been worried about that before because I've met people at night to sell or buy a gun, and I'm just like, this could be it for me. So
this could be it for me.
Yeah, just go with a homie. They're less likely to be retarded if you have a homie.
Yeah,
and you're both.
Oh, and also it's a lot safer if you're buying like optics gear or like plates from people, stuff like that, than it is like an actual gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all night. No, I've done it at night to people.
I've done that too. We're making them at night.
Yeah, buddy. All right, last two really. CAC makes good products at a good price, but they don't have everything. So I'm actually going to bump them down
in specific products. Yeah.
But CAC is a place where they have rails, they have AR components, they have barrels, they have basically everything that you need for a generic, like AR centric stuff, although they do have some other niche products as well that they sell on their website. But I get a lot of stuff from CAC. They make the best handguard for the money on the market. And they now have new Plan B muzzle devices, which I'm going to get some, and a few other niceties, and I use their products a lot. I've only probably spent about $20,000 at CAC Industries. I should also mention that I do buy $100,000 worth of parts every year. So, I mean, I probably come into more contact with parts than other people. So,
Mr. Moneybags over here.
yeah, I wish, but that's unfortunately not how that works out, good sir.
My net worth is $1 million. It's $1 million worth of steel bar stock.
Yeah. Specific products, also Lucky Gunner. I forget why I put Lucky Gunner in here. I think somebody mentioned him. I was like, oh, I'll throw him in. I buy ammo from him occasionally.
YouTube channel is
Depends on
good.
what it is.
I'll regularly watch that stuff. Never been to his website though.
It's okay.
He's got interesting. What's up?
Sorry, Marshmallow has a question about CAC. So if you keep buying, it must mean good quality control, right? Yeah. So I've had like 2 issues with CAC out of $20,000 average part price, not 1,000. So like out of 500 different parts. So I've probably had 2 issues. So quality control.
So one in every 250.
Yeah. And it was like a charging handle bent. You know, like the latch on the charging handle bent. And I was like, okay, well, that's easy to replace. And then I'm sure there's been one other issue in there somewhere. I'm sure there has been. But yeah, and they also, like, if it's something usually that I catch ahead of time, and so then I just tell CAC to fix it before I ship it off to a customer, right? So customer support, always good. Although it's cheating for me because I have, like, access to these people on a level that you don't. So my customer support is different than yours. So it's not quite fair.
Well, they probably make more money off you as a customer because you're buying it.
Well, I'm a dealer for them, right? But yeah, exactly. I talk to them. Like, if I asked them to make me something, they would make that thing specifically for me. And they have done that in the past, right? So my relationship to them is not the same as yours, you know? Because, like, if I ask them to put something back in stock, they put it back in stock for me.
Ooh. Oh, my God.
You know, that's how it is, right?
Got that. You probably sell a lot of stuff for them, too, then.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. And I mean, you know, I get Hop in to test their stuff as well, and I'm sure that that's not bad for their marketing. I pay them many thousands of dollars. They don't have to pay me a dime for that. So
there you go. Expert voice is another good option.
What is expert voice? I've heard that before. What is that?
Is it like Arms List?
Well, thanks for the explanation, Logan. You're like, expert voice is great. What is it? I don't know.
It's like I haven't done anything on there, but I know of it.
Okay.
They
I put you on the spot right there.
They don't directly sell stuff, if I remember correctly. They kind of work with manufacturers from the little bit I've understood. Again, I haven't bought anything on there. If I understand correctly, you have to be like a military member or a law enforcement member. So I could be completely wrong. I don't know too much about it, but I know you can get some good deals through there. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. Solo Gorder for 199 says almost a good chat tonight. Then trench grenade.
Ruthless.
No, he was dropping bombs in here earlier. That's hilarious. Midspot TV for 189 says Brownells has good Glock sights for $50. You guys are buying Glock sights? Who's using iron sights? Unbelievable. Thank you, Midspot, for the 199. Bones casually raises his hand. No, I'm just kidding. Focus Trip's wife for 199 says, "Do you think I'm Asian or something?" No, you look Cuban, Anna. Nice to see you dropping by, of course. Justin Hogginson found. Yeah. Justin Hogginson for $5 says everyone needs to read the book The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edwards Griffin for $5. I'm sure that is a illuminating book. Thank you very much for the $5. And he follows it up with another $5. Says, you can listen to the free audiobook version on YouTube. Learn the truth about the Federal Reserve. It's a private centralized bank, not part of the U.S. government. Yeah, when you realize that this private institution has somehow power over the U.S. money supply, and you're like, how did that come about? And then it gets you into like the Titanic conspiracy and a bunch of other things. And it is a very interesting rabbit hole to go down. And the fact that we don't elect the leader of the Fed or something like that, it's just all sorts of interesting little things. Chuck for $5 says tomorrow is everyone's favorite day of the year. Got to get ready for it. Also, could add BTO to the list. BTO.
The June 2 desks to my right are going to be a lot quieter tomorrow.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, Juneteenth tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you got your cookout defensive wear ready. You know, you're I can't make that
It's
joke.
a big day for
You're
vintage warfare.
well supplied. Yes,
Yeah.
Vintage's Warfare's big day, and they cut off his barbecue funds right before it. Unbelievable. He was about to have a cookout out there, but not anymore since they took his EBT card. John for 199 says, do you have any experience with Botac? Yes, I used to buy more stuff from them, but I haven't bought from them in a long time. So I used to, and they used to get some interesting like police trade and stuff as well, but it's been a long time since I've used Botac. Also, Borelli is another place that has interesting stuff at times. Global Ordnance. The Global Ordnance is somebody that has good prices on ammo at times, really good prices on ammo at times, and some interesting imports as well. So there are other companies. This wasn't a comprehensive list. If it was comprehensive, we would be here for hours and hours. And I didn't want to do like a full tier list video for like 3 hours, but there are other good places to get stuff from for sure. But thank you for the 199. Good sir. All right. Well, you know, it wouldn't be a Wednesday night slop stream if we weren't going to be talking
Is it the
about
Sig slop?
it's
slop.
it's Sig. So Sig has had their next event, which I think ends tomorrow. It was the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yep.
So in their Sig Next 2025, they launched 20 new products. 20 new products. And we are going to go through them one by one. Too many, you say? No,
it's almost
just the right amount. Just the right amount.
More
of
Sig
stuff.
slop better.
Well, and remember, there's a full nother day tomorrow, so there could be even more stuff announced tomorrow. I think they should release 25 products this year and then 26 products next year.
That'd be pretty good.
Now, to be fair, most of it is just stuff that they've already made, but it's the version 6 XG, SXG, AXG, Elite, Hyper CAG version of the thing for people who have 25 P320s and a Legion tattoo across their back or something. Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen people legit get like the Sig Legion tattoos. It's like, wow.
Right.
You're putting the brand on your body, huh?
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Ride or die, baby. Let's see. The P211 GTO, because this could not be targeted anymore at boomers. So this is the SIG 2011. Now the SIG's made 1911s for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So
this isn't that crazy of a jump.
Not at all. However, I think it's going to be between the SIG GTO or the Springfield Prodigy for the worst factory 2011, and we have yet to find out.
Me.
Oh, that'd be. I think it's MSRP.
And this one takes
like
320 mags. It's not regular 2011 mags.
Yeah, so it's a 2011-esque gun, not quite.
Yeah, kind of going after the Oracle Arms 2311.
Yes, the 2311 marketplace, which is a really good idea since they make money off the mags, so sell the mags and the gun, right? Makes sense from a marketing standpoint, from a financial standpoint, makes a lot of sense.
I'm just bored of anything 2011 style. Just like, okay.
As a gun, I think it actually looks fine. Like the looks are okay. It has a really weird tapered slide where the back of the slide is taller than the front. So it's a very interesting design.
Yeah.
And it also up front you have a pinned 3D printed muzzle brake compensator that is not attached to the slide, I believe.
It doesn't look like it. Also, NB slide release as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because it's not quite 2011. Yeah, you can see it's the interesting parts diagram here. And I suppose the only thing...
metal, right? Not polymer.
Yeah, it's an aluminum grip.
No, it is. Oh, the grip module, yeah, but the muzzle brake, the 3D printed part is not aluminum. It's not polymer. It's not polymer. Okay. No, that would not work. But yeah, hilarious. I mean, single action only. It does the 2011 things. Now, I don't know. This really isn't marketed to anyone outside of people who shoot guns just purely for recreational purposes. Because of the compensator on it, you could never shoot this in USPSA unless you wanted to shoot open. which I don't know why you would shoot something like this in open division. It does
Doesn't
have
enough
their
gizmos and gadgets and bobs on it.
I mean, I'm sure it's a fun gun to shoot if it's reliable, and it's a harder design to mess up. Like the P320, wacky internals, nonsense, rat trap of different MIM'd and stamped components. Right, we don't need to get into that here, but a 2011, it is just their 1911 with a 2011 grip on it, and supposedly the 1911s are actually pretty well made. So if they can just do that for this and charge double the money with their magazines, this just seems like a win-win from a financial point of view. So as
do we know if this trigger, if they're doing a Series 70 or Series 80?
Well, Randy says it's a Series 80, if this is what he's referring to, which means that it will be slightly worse. But I've used the Staccato HD with the Series 80 trigger, and that's
you can
fine.
make a Series 80 a lot better, but T-Swifts, no, just because something is Series 70 does not mean it's going to fire every time it's dropped. It will fire if it's dropped muzzle down like that, because it's a floating firing pin, then it can. But if it's like dropped rearward like that or on its side, no, it won't. But it's floating firing pin just like an AR is. So
this is not a duty gun, though. Like
no,
the reason why the Staccato HD is the way that it is because it was marketed directly towards LE guys who were already carrying a Staccato, but now they can buy a drop safe Staccato, which is why they built that gun, right? And it takes Glock mags or all the other things that the HD does.
The PDs in my area love their Staccatos.
100%.
All of them drop their sign-on bonuses on Staccatos. Yeah. Yep. I literally heard one guy say he couldn't pass the qual until he got a Staccato, and I'm like, buddy, I've shot that qual.
That's a problem.
Whoa, that's concerning. Those quals are not hard at all. Just a little bit of practice, and
I passed it my very first try. I worked for a private security company, and my boss there was a tryhard. So he's like, "We're doing the Arizona DPS call." I was like, all right. I passed it in my first try, and it was like it wasn't like a perfect score, but it was like well into passing. I think it was like 43 to 50 hits.
Those tests are usually not overly difficult in my experience.
Yeah, there's I think Matt Pranka said something like if you're training for the qualifications, then you're not training hard enough or something because the qualifications are like nothing.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a better
shooter. It would not take any much training, if at all.
I mean, again, I don't think it looks bad. It's just, do I want to give SIG? Now the price is like $2,500, which I know some of you guys are going to freak out about $2,500 for 2011. However, that is the standard price.
Yeah, that's entry level for 2011.
Staccatos are $2,500, and Staccatos are like the baseline, not gold standard, but like the generic 2011, right?
Yeah.
You can get cheaper ones. You can get import ones, which would be funny to see.
They'll generally need some work.
Right, but what I'm saying here is I don't know if the GTO is going to be 100% made in America. You know what I'm saying? If there's any NIMD components floating around inside of there, but $2,500 for a compensated gun
with an aluminum grip as well
is actually not a bad price for a 2011. Keep that in context, for a 2011. Now, we'll have to see if it actually works, because again, what's the Springfield Prodigy 2K, roughly?
No, it's about 12 to 15. I think there's some ones that creep up a bit higher.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's like, I'd say 12 to 18, depending on which version, which model, which SKU there is.
Sintered Star Steel, true. Yeah. Which those are really cheap, and I kind of want to get one just for the memes, but that'll be later on.
I've thought about it. I've seen a couple on a local trading board near me.
Is it steel or aluminum?
The frame is steel, but the grip is aluminum.
Oh, the grip is aluminum. Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because the frame and the grip are two separate pieces. That's part of what separates a 1911 from a 2011.
Straight pull, of course, generic things. I mean, it looks relatively nice.
Mag release is definitely different, but yeah, it uses 320 mags.
Yes, indeed. Checkering up front, comes with a mag well, comes with the integrated comp, comes with 23 round mag. So it's like they're doing half and half. They're like, oh, well, we're giving you a competition 23 round magazine, but it's also got a comp on the end, so it's an open, so you could use a 30 round mag almost if you wanted, so a little silly, but I don't hate it on its own, but I do hate the fact that it's from SIG.
Yeah.
And it's heavily marketed towards, actually, can we?
Excuse me, SIGas.
Anything in the
that's
2011
our word,
story just doesn't excite me because it's like it's one of those guns that every company's coming out with right now, right? Like
it's the new hot thing.
There is a reason that every company is coming out with them. If you make a 1911, you should be investing in how to make a 2011 because I guarantee you 1911 sales right now not very hot. 2011 sales. And remember,
money
guys,
printing machine.
You're marketing to guys who already have a $2,000 steel framed Legion, right? It's like, well, here's the full 2011 version. And guess what? It takes the same mags. So, I mean, this is the one product that's probably the most interesting. And if I had to pick one just to shoot, like this would be the one that I would grab. I would grab the GTO. Yeah. Because otherwise it's like, oh, look, we got a P226 X Legion. It's like, okay, that's not very exciting. We have the 226
226 were good guns. So.
Legion, sure, yeah, but it's like now we have a Legion version of a,
another Legion version. Didn't we already have a couple of them?
It's like you have but this is the X, and then you have the X carry, and then you have the P365 X Lux, which I know I saw a video that James Reeves did with TFB TV. So this is interesting. Aluminum grip on your 365. Integral ports on the slide itself in 380.
I kind of like it. This is the one that I like the most, I think.
It's like the SIG Rose that they came out with, the internally ported 9mm in the 380.
If I remember correctly, that first came out on the X Macro.
Yeah, and then the Spectre comp and all that. It's very similar to that.
Yeah, so it's a 365 XL size, I guess. Yeah. So standard magazines, aluminum grip, which is interesting, but then they chose to port the 380 version, which I mean, I'm sure this thing is fun to shoot because it's got to have like no recoil to it whatsoever. And it's off.
380 is already pretty light. The integral comp, aluminum grip.
This is I think this is the 365 I want the most. Just because it's different and neat.
I mean, how weird is it that you're shooting a ported 380?
That's like part of what like really wants me to try. And I'm like,
Cerakote, why?
Oh yeah, black Cerakote.
Just do DLC or something like that.
Why did they do that?
Raise it.
Just to piss off Logan. To piss off Logan.
Cerakote for a living.
I don't get it.
Don't get Cerakote.
The softest, flattest shooting 380 on the market. Yep. Now I just can't wait.
I want to try. I want to try.
I can't
so
wait
bad.
until people Locke comes out with their brass grips, palm swell grips, so it adds like 20 ounces to the bottom of the gun.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, you have your black and gold comped reported 380.
I would get it.
Make it weigh 60 ounces.
Flashy titanium panel and drop it in that thing. And I would carry it.
Oh yeah, that too, of course.
That's the SIG bling.
I've talked myself into buying one of these at some point.
Wonder how much they're gonna charge for that.
It's probably like
$800. What is the MSRP? Does it tell us?
Probably
doesn't like put them on the website.
I know somebody said that the other one. Well, how did they figure out that the other one was 2,500?
I saw it on Twitter.
I
made it up.
I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, I made it up.
I'm gonna guess they're gonna want like
it came to me in a dream.
1,200 at least.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm just blowing that out of there.
It can't be worth more than like 900. Sounds like a SIG price for it.
Yeah, $1,000 on a 365, guys. We're getting wild here. Okay,
that's a lot of money.
I don't know about that.
That's what my buddy spent on his Spectre comp when it first came out.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's the price you pay for the Sing Bling, baby.
Alrighty then. Faultline Penalty says sending SIG hate from Florida. We appreciate it, sir. I hope you're doing well down there. Thank you, Faultline Penalty. Art Vandalay for $199 says P211 GTO, more like GTFO. Very true.
Somebody was gonna make the joke. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the $199. I'm actually gonna take that $199 and put it towards one. So Reverse Uno card on you, sir. Farmer Sneed for $5 says, "Good morning, sirs. The P211 GTO by Sig Sauer is the best 2011 east of Mumbai. Finest MIM parts made by my uncle, Ranjesh. Well, I'm sure Ranjesh is a very talented doctor in your country. Unfortunately, that means he is only talented enough to be a janitor in ours, however. Thank you very much for the $5, Mr.
please
Sneed.
buy Sig 211, please, sir.
Bruley Joker for 5 says Sig needs to go full send with this and give it the FRT. That so that would be wild. So for instance, they go from the auto on P320 to the FRT GTO. That would be quite entertaining. Thank you very much, Bruley Joker, for the 5. And Focus Triple Wife is back for 199. Says we love big boys. I mean Max. Thank you very much, Mrs. Focus Trip. Appreciate it. And BVH Nightmare on Rumble for 5 says L equals are bare bottom proficiency. Sounds like you know a lot about bare bottom proficiency.
Oh,
got him.
Phrasing.
Anyways, yeah, phrasing, sir. Let's see what else we got. So they came out with a factory P365 Flux, I guess, which
Not
is
surprising.
still from Flux. So
It'll
it's
be a lot cooler when the short act passes.
I wonder if they licensed it from Flux, which is how they're able to do it, because it looks like they shoved like a 8-inch barrel in there.
If I remember correctly, Flux sells a longer barrel with it to go with that, so that way the barrel's not here near.
So is this
barrel's not
from
here and hands out here.
Flux?
The chassis is, yes.
Is it like the RXM where one company makes the chassis and the other company makes the rest of the parts?
So I guess Sig is just contracting Flux to actually make the frame.
Well, they did it with their P320 Flux Raider, their grayed out.
Oh yeah, look at that guy.
So
that makes sense.
Oh, the barrels they told you not to worry about.
It's a long barrel. Yeah, but I mean it's a Flux, and it's going to be like $2,000. So don't get your hopes up, gentlemen. It's it's not going to be cheap.
Is it 380
the
or 9 mil?
365 Flux was kind of the one I'm like, that does look kind of fun. I'd even just carrying it just for the meme of it, I think it'd be kind of fun. But man,
I
do not want
TP9
to spend
Pro.
money on that.
I want to suffer. I want a TP9 Pro.
A 6-inch barrel. Yeah, I mean a TP9 Pro is going to be about the same price as this.
Yeah.
Although those are ridiculously overpriced as well.
Yeah, they are.
Is it 9 mil or is it 380?
9.
Okay.
You can use any of them you want. I mean, it's just a chassis you can put a 365 in.
I don't think...
You could put your new ported 380 slide on top, though, couldn't you?
Maybe. I don't know if they're dimensionally the same.
Probably not.
Long, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's too long.
Well, it's probably not going to work because sometimes the steel frames or aluminum frames are not compatible with the other frames and vice versa. So I don't know if they had to do anything different geometry-wise to make those work.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the gun, though. Sometimes they do work.
Whoa, it folds. Whoa.
It's so small and compact, but with a 6-inch barrel. Wow.
It has ambi controls, an extra $1,000, please.
If I remember correctly, the 365 Flux from Flux is I think it was either like $700 or $900.
Yeah, I mean, interesting, I suppose. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh no, we have another couple P320s.
$800 for the Raider 365 from Flux.
Okay.
Actually, so what the heck is with the Max? What is the Max? Look at that.
Probably some for Max Michelle.
Don't care.
P320 Max. What do we got? Just generic carbons. Get off ads off your website, sir. Okay, I don't really care. Anything of interest?
Yep, Max Michelle right
Limited
there.
Optics gun.
Oh, okay, so
Limited
it is.
Optics gun.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
It's got.
Is
it's
it
got
what
an
frame
eyeball
is
on
it?
there.
What frame? Oh, sorry. It was.
Oh, you're covering it. TX.
Yeah, it was my bad.
I think that's the tungsten infused one.
So it's the heavyweight.
Whoa.
Yeah, TXG gun for TXG features. Let's see what does it tells us what the weight is on it. Yeah, so it is the tungsten infused grip. So it's probably like 40 ounces. So yeah, it's a limited optics gun.
Yeah.
So okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You have your signature edition for your signature shooter. That's fine. It's fine. Max. I don't know what the XSXG is. That a different grip than the
yeah,
Mac?
it's different grip. It looks like.
Okay.
Grip angle.
Well, hey, did you guys want a reserve collection, limited
Honestly,
edition SXG?
Kind
I
of. Yeah.
love
I'm a
Sig
sucker
Slop.
for.
Yes.
I'm kind of a sucker for their. I
Collector's
think it's
editions.
like hard case, whatever
Mm.
finish that they have on their reserves. But
I mean, it does look kind of hot.
It looks so good. This picture I don't even think does it do it justice because it's got this like or case hardened. That's what it is. The case hardened finish looks so good. I really wish
Too
I
bad
looked-
it's a P320.
Yeah, right. Well, they did it with a 226, and that one
That I remember seeing. That actually looked good.
that was hot, but
Yeah,
Black DLC. There you go.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
what all
everyone
your
did.
stuff should be finished in. This is a million times better.
Why
Isn't it
does
super
this
expensive,
kind of look like the Caltech P15? Like the steel frame Caltech P15? It looks a lot like it.
it's the shape of the grip.
Yeah,
Not
just
like a grid
well,
square.
yeah. All of these kind of look like the P15 from Caltech, just a little bit.
Oh, it's also it's also the really narrow ridges on the
Yeah, and the
side
front
serrations.
side serrations. It's
Yeah.
very geometry wise. It kind of reminds me of the Caltech P15.
Brutal. Here's
Yeah.
our $5,000 black DLC coded gun.
I do like steel frame versions of polymer guns, though. So that is something that does kind of tickle my fancy a little bit. But I'm
it's
sure that is
probably
going
gonna
to
be-
be
Or is it steel
ridiculously
frame?
overpriced.
Steel frame Glock.
Yeah. I mean, but it's going to be ridiculously expensive. Now, speaking of the 516 slander that Nimda was promised, they brought it back and they called it the
Lord, that is
Mohawk
so
The
tall.
name is so stupid.
because
How silly.
you get how dumb it looks. We're just going to call it the Mohawk. Yeah.
Looks like it's got one, all
okay.
right.
They're leaning
Yep.
into it, guys. They're leaning into the bit.
It's now
just-
worse and heavier, and it has a side charging handle, and
It's the Sig Spear, but sort of
if-
more retarded,
Yeah.
yet kind of less retarded at the same time.
If
The
the
well,
Sig
see,
upper-
Spear
GB
side
Guns.
grade.
Yeah, GB Gun says the reserve finish is super deep black and pretty, but shows fingerprints if you think about touching it. Well, that's the thing, though. I don't think people buying the reserve grade guns are actually shooting. them
They're not
very much.
shooting it.
Yeah,
They buy it. They go, "Ooh, look! I
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
thing. I must
See,
consume. Sit in the safe. I
I
must
want-
buy another one. Ooh, I got it. Put in the safe.
I would
Ooh,
like
get
it
another.
in some of those fancy finishes. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so is it? I'm confused now because the original pictures made it seem like it was not monolithic, but this looks more monolithic to me.
That
It's
does kinda look
not,
like that.
but it does look pretty mono.
Let me see. Actually, I don't know if they're hiding that, if they're trying to make it look monolithic. All right, let's see their little breakdown video. The SIG 516 G3. Well, that's a better name. Just call it the G3.
Yeah, I know it's like boring and not
I'm sure it's
exciting.
good.
But
I mean,
Mohawk
they're-
is
if that-
retarded.
no, well, of course, but think about it. They're stealing the name from the 416 because they took the designers
Right.
for the 516. So then it's the 516 G3. They're just copying all of HK's naming conventions on it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say copying all of HK shit.
Yeah,
I will.
we can't see the text.
Oh, well, you need to see the text. Come on. You guys think you can read
You
anyways?
can see the seam. I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen. You can
Yeah,
see
I
the
can't
seam.
read.
Non-reciprocating charging handle, just like the Spear. Now, I don't know if they're trying to chase military contracts with this as a cheaper, lighter alternative to the Spear, because it's going to be in standard 5.56. So if they were looking for a 5.56 rifle that has the same ergonomics as their 6.8x51 rifle, SIG can be like, yeah, I know those big guns that we made you way too expensive and heavy. Anyways, here's our other 516 model, which is way cheaper, comparatively speaking, and has the same ergonomics. So you don't even need to retrain. So we're going to
Right.
own all of the
But the
contracts.
Spear,
my
the
schizo
Spear
theory for
LT
the
already
716.
exists. It already does that, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but it uses the heavier caliber that they're having trouble making the ammo for.
No, not the
So,
Spear LT. Spear LT is in 5.56.
Well, yeah, the Spear LT does, but it's more expensive. It's almost the same
True.
price as the Spear. But the 516 has the exact same ergonomics, whereas the Spear LT that
Okay.
doesn't have a side charging handle, does it?
I believe
The
it
LT
does.
does not, no.
I could
Does
be
it?
wrong.
The LT does
I'm-
not. Only the
It does
only
not.
big.
I don't know.
Spear
I'm not an
Okay.
M16 guy. I'm not an
I
M16
don't know.
guy. So
I,
Also,
I would want one
yeah,
of
Tim-
these.
sorry, just one second. Tim says
Okay.
SIG 516 before because the 416 was already claimed. No, they actually SIG poached both of the designers for the HK 416, brought them over to make the HK 56 or the SIG 516, which is just a updated HK416. And then Caracal from the UAE brought both of those designers over again to design the Caracal 816, which is just a Gen 3 416 essentially at that point. So yeah, so it's those two designers have moved around building basically the exact same gun but updated for whoever was paying them. So
yeah. If this is mil-spec lower compatible, I kind of want one.
I don't know why they point towards this roll pin and they're like reduced felt recoil. Okay, well, so it looks like it takes standard AR, but it does have an ambi slide stop or bolt catch here, which I kind of like.
I just want to get a cheap PSA lower and then this upper and then put this on it, so I can just have the worst possible thing.
It actually does notch, yeah. So it has a cross bolt clamp and then it notches into the upper receiver. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Modular design, just a standard. They say modular design, they mean just an AR-15.
It doesn't even look like it would take an AR lower.
It does, right? It just looks like it clips right on. It's just super tall.
It's really small on my screen, to be fair.
So, you're looking at a cell phone. My bad, homie.
It's like, this big for me.
Yeah, if they sell just the uppers and they're
hot take, it looks better than the Spear.
I agree. I actually agree.
I don't
take much to look better than the Spear, though. That's not really saying much.
I'm warm.
Built-in Hydra mount riser, just the entire upper receiver and rail is that tall. I imagine
group is out of work.
The piston system must just be kind of huge because I look at that gas block and it seems massive. Because on the original
piston system,
on the original 516, the gas block is part of the rail, right? So to get the rail over the gas block, they just have to raise everything up so that they have clearance on the gas block or something. So, all right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. I mean, there's some cool shots. If this was $1,500, it'd actually be pretty appealing. But the fact that it's probably going to be $2,000 or more, which is going to start encroaching upon the Spear LT, makes it not that appealing to me.
I'm going to assume this is short stroke gas.
Yeah, short stroke gas piston system, probably similar to what the 516 was. Rear and side non-reciprocating charging handles. It does have their tapered barrel, so if using their tapered muzzle devices, it goes right on there. Let me see. The Matchlight Duo curved trigger, which is nice, I suppose. It comes with a nice trigger. 16-inch cold hammer forged barrel. I hope they bring out a 10.5 version as well, or 11.5 version. Let me see. Nothing else of interest. Yeah, I want to know the weight and how much it costs. They are claiming 7.7 pounds. No way, bro. For a 16-inch rifle, they're claiming nearly 8 pounds.
That's hefty.
That's brutal.
I mean, it's a chonky weapon system.
For reference, a standard AR-15 should be just over 6 pounds naked.
Is it
just
like
over
6 1/4, 6.5?
Yeah. I mean, if you buy like a Q, their sugar weasel, whatever it's called, that is 6 pounds flat. So you can make ARs much lighter, of course, but nearly 8 pounds naked, not a fan of that. That'll be 8 pounds and $2,000, sir.
We're totally better than an AR SIG rifle.
Let's see. They got some new suppressors out. I guess they needed to make some more low back pressure stuff.
That makes sense with the HPA possibly passing.
Now this one here is apparently this is up and ready to go. The 8T AMR, which is basically an 8T but smaller, and with a auto switching reticle if you use it combined with their magnifier, which is kind of cool tech. I did get to see and make a video of this one here at SHOT Show. I like it quite a bit, and it's actually cheaper than the old 8T as well. So it has additional features, bigger window, and it's cheaper. So I think that it's a win all the way around. Again, SIG Optics division is the best division.
They're crushing it right now.
Yeah, their pistol optics, maybe not my favorite. So if I was going to take one thing, I think I would want to play around with the P211 GTO just because it would probably be fun to shoot. That's about it.
It'd be the one I would trust the most out of this. Maybe second would be the 226.
Yeah, a 226 Legion would probably be fine as well. I think that'd be fun, but that would be something.
716i on their website, or not I, the 716. They updated that.
It
for
is.
273.
It's not on there, but it is going to be on their X account.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was confused.
So I hope YouTube won't hit me for this, but let's listen to them explain the GTO for a second.
It's finally here, guys. SIG's version of the 2011, what we're calling the P211 GTO. I'm super pumped to have this in my hand, and I know you can't wait for it as well. I've been shooting a 2011 since I was just 15 years old, so I'm extremely excited to show this to you guys here this evening. The first thing you're going to notice is our compensator. It's what we're calling our mock 3D. It's a 3D printed part because we weren't able to accomplish what we wanted to in machining, so we utilized 3D printing to make it happen. The steel frame and the aluminum grip, as well as those Hogue G10 grips, gives it a great feel into your hand. And that flat trigger coming in at about 3.5 to 4 pounds with a mag well and P320 mags, this makes this an absolute winner. And this is a 23 rounder for the 320 mag. So the P211 GTO shoots incredibly soft, has our SIG-lock footprint, and ships in a couple of different models. This is our iron-sided version as well as our optic version, all black and some stainless steel highlights as well.
That is that on the GTO. They have some spotting scopes, and here we go. This is the line of suppressors. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in SIG suppressors.
SIG
Probably
HYP.
not. Oh, here's the one, the SIG HYP. This is gosh dang it.
LPVO.
No, it's the 716. So the 516 is called the Mohawk now, even though it's really just the G3 Gen 3. And then the 716i is now the HYP. So that's why I said the SIG HYP is unfortunately real.
What is the difference between the Mohawk we just looked at? Is it DI or?
Well, no. The Mohawk that we just looked at on the website, that is short stroke piston, small frame. The 7 series, this is the large frame. So we're thinking 308, 68551, 277 Fury, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Before we move on, though, W. Nobloch for $10 says they're selling less than 1% of public land. The 250 million acre figure is only the eligible land. State/local government pick the locations, must be adjacent to residential property and used for housing. So they're explicitly using it for more housing, which again, I think that if you're going to steel man their argument for it, they're going to try and say that this is going to reduce housing prices in America and make it more affordable. So I think that's the reasoning, plus short-term cash. But we will see how that.
Fine. But we're not in a vacuum. And the other thing too is like there's another solution to this, and it's get rid of the 50 million people that don't belong here.
Right. It's like sell off public land that you enjoy using or to build more cul-de-sacs and suburbia, or just kick out the people who don't belong here in the first place. So I got complicated choice. But no, I get that you can steel man the argument. But thank you very much for the $10.
The clarification is helpful, and it is a little bit calming that it's not just 250 million acres.
Just 250 million random acres out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, it's like, there's so much around here in Phoenix, like that, and that's where we all shoot. That's what makes Phoenix such a desirable place if you're a gun person. And to loot, like if I lost that, I would just leave. Sorry, I'm out.
Yeah. Nothing keeping me here anymore. Ethan Mitchell for $199 says the 6-inch barrel is called the Big Black Barrel. LOL. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, don't look up those initials. Thank you very much for the $199, sir. Mitzvah TV for $199 says the 516 is now called the Gay K. Well, it's short stroke piston, so it's not an AK.
Sorry, buddy.
The Gay SKS? Question mark?
No. All right, I gotta move on from that. Brully Joker for 5 says SIG is just trying to make money off of the parts of the failed NGWS. I mean, I think they might be trying to put up an alternative to their own option that won, in case they're like, well, actually, we want to go back to 5.56. SIG's already like, well, we got the MCX and we got the 5.16. But then we can sell as well.
I expect the new 7.16 will work better than the Spear. Making the NGSW a bufferless system was insane. Like actually retarded. Just dumb. Putting that caliber in something with a buffer system seems much more sensible. And the internal gas piston system's a bit better at regulating gas and recoil. So I feel like if it's using internal gas, which I can't tell from the photos.
No, these are, or sorry, the 716.
Yeah,
I think the 716 is DI,
Still,
although I could be wrong
okay.
about that. We'll listen to him talk about it in just a second.
He doesn't mention. I've watched the video. It really drives me crazy. No information about the product, about anything interesting. But
well,
if it's,
we'll look at the tweet and see. Maybe somebody has something posted in reply. But
I tried that.
Yeah,
too.
I think
just Valkyrie Brim.
Oh, don't do that. Brilly Joker, thank you for the $5, sir. Appreciate it. Subarctic Psycho for $2 says, "Happy Juneteenth." Smiley face. Go brush them teeth. I wonder why he would say that. Thank you very much for the $2. Subarctic Psycho for 5 says, "If Saint Eugene of Armalite wanted his perfect rifle to have a piston, he would have given it one. But he didn't because he wasn't gay like Sig." Thank you very much for the $5, Subarctic Psycho. Appreciate you.
Carrier.
Yes, internal piston if you want to be really pedantic about it.
Shut up.
Huge ass for $1.99. The biggest ass, the huge ass. He's here for $1.99. Says, "Sig hype, help Yakub, please." Yes, help our black queen princess who is currently demonetized by YouTube for being far too based and using Russian terroristic propaganda music, apparently.
Allegedly.
I need that meme. Huge ass 49 says, "What if we just took the illegals and moved them somewhere else?" That idea is crazy enough to get us all killed. That's a good one. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Alrighty, well, let's see what this guy has to say anyway.
This is the new SIG Hype. It is built on the 716 lower, but the upper is built to support the new high pressure ammunition. Features adjustable buttstock, matched 2-stage trigger, ambidextrous everything, adjustable gas block, and the barrel and everything again has been designed to be able to support that high.
I'm gonna tell you that's the DI system.
Okay.
It's got to be
DI because
the rail is half the size of the smaller 516. So I would be shocked if they managed to stuff a piston under there.
I was leaning towards it, but it's hard to know.
So
I think this is going to
that high pressure ammunition for
the Army cartridge is way better.
Anything military acquisition, anytime the military tries to change anything, it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So they made this crazy weapon system that's supposed to do all this stuff, and then they realized, oh shit, this isn't what we thought it was going to be. So they're going to take a step back, still improve some things, still change some things, but it's going to be retroacted a lot, and it would make sense that they'd be like, actually, guys, this is what you should have, and then it might get used.
It makes a lot more sense. It would solve a lot of the problems of the system. So I don't know if this has been touched on. My Army buddy was telling me that they can't use the high pressure barrier blind ammo on small arms ranges. They have to go over to the 50. And then their practice ammo that they can shoot on the small arms range doesn't have enough gas to cycle the system. So this 716.
Well, do they have to suppress it? Like with the suppressor on adverse, it won't cycle still?
I don't have that information.
Gotcha.
I would assume it's just part of the weapon system, so the suppressor would be on, since it's part of the whole package. But this 716 just seems to solve like a ton of the M7's problems. You reduce the weight a significant amount. You probably get more reliability with the adjustable gas block. You get reduced felt recoil because it's got a buffer system, which you need if you're going to be overpressuring the cartridge like that. It seems to solve so many. Just go 6.5 Creedmoor. It's the better cartridge, and if you're a big Army and you can do that, it's whatever. Now we're getting too into the weeds, but I like the 716. Yeah. It's one of the 2 products, one of the 3 products, I guess I was kind of interested in with this launch, because I like the Mohawk too. I just think the name is stupid.
Oh, the name is stupid. I think that people just call it the 516 G3. Well, let's listen to this guy talk about it for a second.
This is the new 516 G3 Mohawk. This is the 516 rifle has been around for forever. It never really went away. It's been in service all around the world the entire time since we launched it back around 2010. But now over some time, we've modernized some of the features on it and made a lot of improvements to it. So we'll work it front to back. It is built from the ground up to be suppressed. It has a multi-selectable gas selector, a full-length handguard. You can see here the actual receiver has been raised up a little bit to make it possible to get a one-piece or a one continuous line handguard. That's why
Even though it's not.
We called it the Mohawk is because it's a little bit taller. On the other side here, you can see it has a non-reciprocating forward charging handle, as well as fully ambidextrous controls all the way around, including the bolt release, magazine catch, etc. The new 5.16 Mohawk is going to be a pretty sweet shooter. We're excited to launch it soon. This is the new 5.
Nah, and not super excited about that one. Let's see. I want to see. Do they talk about the little guy? Here it is. Tell me about this little guy.
Hey guys, Max Michelle here, captain of Team SIG, and this is the P365 Lux. It's got a beautiful finish, a black pearlescent Cerakote designed by SIG, which makes it look.
That kind of looks hideous, to be honest. It's like a speckled black.
Great, but it also handles even better.
It's the
The aluminum lower
P15.
is going to be our XL P365 grip module, the first of its kind, and of course the upper with the integrated expansion chamber, which acts as a compensator. As the bullets leave the barrel, the gas is pushed down and forward into that baffle, giving you less muzzle flip. Those lock grips feel great in the hand on that aluminum lower, but I tell you what, chambered in 380, this is the softest shooting self-defense pistol on the market today. The expansion chamber or compensator, 365 and 380, and that aluminum grip module, it makes it so incredibly easy to shoot. Check it out, the P365 Lux. Hey guys.
You know, Max, I'm sure you're a great shooter and everything all, but I just kind of want to let's hear Ben's take on this.
Yeah, I forgot Mason Lane shoots for SIG. Man.
It's officially underway. Okay, so that's that. All right. Now, however, I don't know if you guys saw this. James Reeves. At SIG HQ, I'll ask SIG the 10 most liked questions below on camera. Drop them here. Let's see what happened here.
Hey, yours truly right up top.
John Shepard for add one more to that. I don't think you're gonna win, but can they please replace Ron Cohn with a good CEO? That's a good one. Charlie Cox, the top 10, definitely. Have they ever jerked off with Cheese Whiz? 2.6K likes. You can see
Oh my God.
Before, so that will be asked to SIG
should
PR
be able to
person at some
actually
point.
make sure and sort the comments by like most liked. Or I should be able to. I think.
I think it's a premium feature. I think it's a premium feature.
Yeah. There we are. Likes.
The top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Was it the same? Okay. So, Charlie Cox, have they ever jerked off with Cheese Whiz? Very important question that we're all waiting to know. Did they fire the PR/legal/consulting firm who advised them on the P320 response? That is also a great question. How does it feel to make firearms that are less trusted than High Points?
Man.
That is rough. Texas surplus. What percentage of your parts are made in India? Ouch. That's number 4. Number 5.
If James has the balls to actually ask some of these.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. If a P320 falls in the forest, does it make a sound? That's funny. Some of these are pretty lame too. If the P365 were a plane, what kind of plane would it be? I don't care. I don't know why people.
That's in a reference to one of James's posts saying the F-14 is the 1911.
Oh, right. I remember that. Okay. Carlito Martangani, what is SIG's favorite Glock and why? That's funny. Ah, damn it. Go back. When does the fragmentation version of the P320 drop? Also good. Shad's asked, will they ever consider bringing back slick non-rail dust cover models to their hammers? And Pinochet's helicopters tour asks, did they mean to add the shake awake feature to a red dot instead of the P320?
Nice.
Yeah, and then I don't know if this one here should get in. So this one here needs some more likes. Anon just asks, why do they keep saying their guns are made in America when 75% of the replacement parts have made in India printed right on the bags? Yeah. Ouch. How many lap dances? This is a good question. How many lap dances can a P320 appendix carrying owner endure at a strip club before an uncommanded discharge? Ouch. So some of these are better. Some of these are better. Yeah. It depends on the type of uncommanded discharge that we're talking about here, I guess.
Oh.
That forest comment. Yeah, that forest one is funny. So I don't know. I don't know if James is actually going to go through with it and ask any of the real cutting edge questions that we all want to hear. Right. All right. I don't think I have I don't think I have anything else lined up for tonight, gentlemen, and we're barely even 2 hours into the show. So I don't know if there's anything else that somebody wants to yell about before we get out of here.
Chill.
The check has in fact not cleared. Tower shield defense.
Yeah. I know. I still need to make that video explaining exactly like what my plan is.
Yes, sir. So that people actually know what they're giving to.
I know. I'm
Good,
terrible.
sir.
Yeah. I've got a Give Send Go to set up a nonprofit to. He'll ask the 10 questions he most. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm setting up a Give Send Go, which is just to cover the startup costs of a nonprofit. So the actual paperwork's only about $600-700, but after that, there's web dev and all sorts of things that I struggle to understand half the time. Basically, the big thing I'm going to be doing is fundraising. So hanging out in streams like this at gun stores, trying to get people to sign up on the website, and then take that money, give that money to efforts like Matthew LaRosiere helping Patrick Adamiak and Matthew Hoover from CRS Firearms.
A noble goal.
Very base
indeed.
things.
Yeah. So
all right. Go for
it. That's what I'm doing. That's kind of, I mean, that's just a basic rundown. But yeah, if you guys could help, it'd be really appreciated. If not, I understand. Money's tight. The economy's bad.
Oh, uh-oh.
Well, we're about to get a bunch of housing, you know.
I mean, that would be good.
Maybe housing is about to become very cheap. I might as well pull this up. So at least we get to the 2 hour mark and not shortchange the audience. But
Vortex on the Wednesday stream? Damn.
I know. Come on. That's what the people demand, at least 3.5 hours.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
So the Vortex, they came out with, or they're coming out with, I guess this was
just call them Vortex?
Vortex, that's funny. Vortex. Well, actually, these are supposed to be like under $300, like 200, 250, somewhere in that range. So, I mean, they might as well be called Vortex at those prices. So the Vortex Venom enclosed micro red dots. So we're getting, we are getting EPS carries, but for Vortex Venom, which is kind of cool. Those 3 MOA dot, 6 MOA dot, top mounted batteries, interesting. Side loading 2032, completely enclosed. I think these are RMSC footprint, so all of your standard small guys. But if you really need a enclosed pistol red dot for your EDC gun, I suppose they're bringing these out at a pretty good price. They are very, very competitive with Holosun in terms of their pricing. So, and no special, yeah. Oh, is it really Delta Point Pro? Where? Oh yeah, it does say right there. I'm just retarded. It says Delta Point Pro. That's actually is too bad. I don't know why Vortex still does that. I had the worst time getting. I have one of their somewhere around here. I have one of their comp dots, which is Delta Point Pro. I had the most annoying time getting that mounted to a plate.
The Defender XL.
Yeah, Defender X, but it's the discontinued comp dot version, so it's just an XL but with a 5 MOA dot. So, and it has a top loading like hinge battery that like flips out. It's interesting. I actually bought it off of Randy, who I don't know, I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but he gave me a good deal on it. So yeah, Portex is now canon. That's good. Yeah, Portex is
Portex is pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's mounted to my gun right now. I can't grab it, but it is.
It's there.
It's somewhere around here. I thought I had it.
It's gone. Vanished.
I'm wondering if
is it on the Glock at your feet?
Oh, I know where it is. It's a different spot. Yeah. It is not with me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's in a safe place, but just not with me.
I think they're choosing Delta Point Pro for a lot of these enclosed dots because it's easier to do.
They're gay.
Enclosed. That too.
I left it with my 2-year-old. He loves it. Great chew toy. Fantastic. I like to leave it with a round in the chamber just as a little added danger. I let him. He's a young man. I think that he should have the keys to his own destiny. So, a lot of responsibility on that man's shoulders.
Natural selection.
Huge ass. John's selection. Huge ass for $4.99 says, "Why does every micro need a comp? Is everyone just a limp-wristed figure these days? Just practice more." Actually, I wonder if I can play this clip on YouTube. Surely I can.
Oh, is it the comp? I think it is. The clip I think it is.
Honestly,
Oh
though,
yeah,
Bro, it is. Yeah, for that you gotta.
Nice.
I would get my mom the new 380.
Oh, full line. His full line is very good.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here. This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like
Just like me. Yeah, just
gosh.
so here's the thing. I mean, we can talk about this for a minute. The industry is in a place where just bringing out a new gun is no longer exciting enough. It's got to be ported and flared with a metal grip. And it's got to have fancy colors and a cool naming convention, and it's got to be retro. So it's just coming out with a generic gun that does its thing is like boring now. Like, what was the last mainline launch of a duty gun?
a gun brand gun.
It was the Springfield Echelon, basically. Yeah.
The launch that got me banned or blocked by Springfield on Twitter.
Yeah, probably. And
great.
like since then, it's got to be. We're seeing it now. It's got to be a 2011, or it's got to be a reproduction of an older model, like the 226, the 210, whatever it might be. It's got to be comped, ported, a metal version of a polymer gun, whatever it might be. They have to do a lot of things to entice viewers or entice their audience out of their money. Just because a generically good product isn't exciting anymore, because the industry feels kind of stagnant and it's so oversaturated with companies and products, and the industry is in a little bit of a downturn. So to get us, the hardcore audience, to spend more money, they have to do crazier and crazier things, which we're seeing this same sort of downturn in other industries as well, where there's just way too much product. So that the quality has gone down. So even, I mean, you could take the entertainment sector or other places where things just aren't as interesting anymore. So you have to do crazier and crazier things to get that same high. And that's what the gun industry is slowly turning into.
Yeah. An actual good handgun would be something like the Beretta PX4 Storm, like similar operating mechanism. It would be easier to suppress, stuff like that. But if somebody's like, here's a rotary delayed handgun, people would go, okay, because they're not like geeks about operating mechanisms. Like, that would excite me. Like, rotary delay, that's interesting. There's some cool engineering there. I'll buy it.
Yeah,
but I'm a goofball and like a tiny percentage of the market.
You're a huge percentage of the market, good sir. Your voice is all that matters to these people.
That should
exactly
be all that matters, because we would have so many cool guns if that were the case.
Okay, I have something else for us. We are not done yet, because I forgot that Axe to Grind had posted these. These are short, so this won't take us like 2 hours to get through. But we have some of the greatest defensive techniques
oh my word, I forgot about
all
this.
time. So let me make sure I have both of these, because there are two separate clips that you probably need to pay attention to if you want to be truly prepared for any, and I mean any, self-defense scenario. But before we get to those, BVH Nightmare on Rumble for $5 says, called it on the enclosed vortex dot. Sent you that weeks ago. Oh, well, thank you very much, BVH Nightmare. Appreciate it, sir. And yeah, I think the dots, as long as they're decent with a good price, they're going to sell well. Too bad it's, Delta Point Pro, but say Levy. Oh no, is this? That's funny. I have a gobble your knob off for $2. Says Michelle Rubishaff asked me to post trench. Very nice, appreciate it. Ivana gobble your knob off. That's a good name. Appreciate it, sir, for the $2.
Why is there a Red Bull on that PFP? It should be a White Monster. SMH my head.
True.
Get it right.
SMH my head. Huge ass for $4.99 says, all I want in life is a USP with a pick rail and an optics cut. I don't need a comp, a flared magwell, or rainbow colors. Well, I don't know. I think it is June, so I think rainbow colors are going to be mandatory with that pick rail on there, sure, sir.
Yeah, it's
going to be touch.
If you're going to be transitioning your or clipping your dust cover, you might as well get the rainbow colors to go with it. So I am surprised nobody has done that to a USP yet, though. That seems silly that they wouldn't just bring out a modern version. Although HK is probably the worst company for that. Best and worst. Because at least they don't keep re-releasing like the same garbage over and over again with 30 different variations like SIG does with the P320 and the 365. But at the same time, maybe you actually also want an updated USP. But they're like, nah, bro. Drew for 199 says the P211 will have a sight block option for LO. That'd be cool. Because I mean, the whole front is 3D printed, so I don't know why they wouldn't just 3D print a front sight block onto the non-reciprocating section. That would make sense to me, 100%. All right, and sorry, get rid of that. Then we're gonna watch the. So this is Hojutsu pistol defense against nunchaku. I suppose. Does anyone have a good anime male voice that they would like to try that title with?
Oh.
All right.
They make sounds like that all the time in anime.
What?
Yes,
Like,
they do.
there's like a still frame and the guy goes, oh.
Equilibrium was
stuff.
not a terrible movie. Equilibrium is peak early 2000s Matrix ripoff. Peak. You never know when this is going to happen. The guy
nunchucks are a terrible weapon to begin with.
Nunchucks and the eye patch on the defense instructor. It's going to be good. Yeah, Equilibrium is the Matrix we have at home, and it's good. I like the Matrix. I like the Equilibrium. I thought it was fun.
Hey, old man. Give me your wallet. Do you like? Go away.
Okay.
Does anybody feel like that was that has now
much.
prepared them?
Step
It's like,
one,
draw
identify
your gun.
threat. Step 2, draw a gun pointed at ground in front of threat. Step 3, the threat runs
Aggressively
away.
point the gun at the ground.
Yeah.
Let them know. Let them know that you mean it.
Wait, you mean this isn't security cam footage? I thought this was real.
Is real?
It's
It
real.
is real.
Look.
Bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance.
You never know when
Not for
Barack.
me.
You never know when Barack Obama is gonna nunchuck Mr. Joe Biden over here. This is what they do now that they're retired.
Yeah.
Hey, old man. Give me your wallet. Do you like? Go away.
Yeah. Stab the air with your gun.
Gunfighting, not target shooting. How to fight with a pistol.
All right.
Point gun at target, pull
pistol.
trigger.
Is that it? That was it? Aw, come on. We needed more than that. I'm gonna check out this guy's channel.
Been cuffed.
Go away.
Debated.
What on earth was that draw? It was so horrendously bad. Just so what?
Yeah, it's a defense from the ground. Because honestly, at that age, a fall on the ground is probably his biggest threat. Let's be real here. So
I didn't stay right there.
I fall and I can't get up.
Timing.
No, it's a me stream now.
Yeah. Bones is in
What's this
control.
supposed to say now?
This is Hojutsu armed defense.
Mm.
The martial art of shooting. Okay.
Oh, please.
Bro, it's the same street corner.
Oh my
Except
word.
this time with a is that a dude or a lesbian?
It could go either way. That's hard to tell.
Just continues walking, nothing happens.
Get away!
Bro, the fact that this is on a public road with people driving by is wild.
I love
It's a fake gun, don't worry, it's a fake gun.
Wow. Absolutely.
What?
Lesbian? I can fix her.
Nice.
It's the old revolver grab your wrist grip or whatever. It's
no,
like,
it's
it doesn't do anything.
Teacup. Teacup is ideal, guys.
Teacup would literally be better, because at very least you're sort of doing something with that rather than grabbing your wrist.
Bro, you never know when you're in rural South Dakota and you just need to rob a girl going into her thrift shop in the middle of the day.
Oh, I bet you that's the studio there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like the studio based on the pictures on the outside.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
The fact that they decided to draw guns on a public street, that is actually wild to me.
It's fake gun. It's fake.
Get away!
No!
Oh my god.
I've been foiled!
All right.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Rod Kuratomi, let's see. Okay.
What?
Whoa, then.
Something else there. Hojutsu knife kata, cane kata, pistol kata. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
yeah.
Here we go.
This is like his random demos, and then like, hey, I was on a cruise once.
You know what? Good for him.
He
He's got
confused
his
YouTube
server
with
most
Facebook.
Popular.
Cool.
So is this like, gosh dang, get out of, I don't know why it keeps asking me for this. Is this like for people who don't actually want to get good at shooting, but they want to feel like they know martial arts?
100%.
This is the same thing as that John Wick training. It's like, well, we want to shoot the gun and look cool, but we don't actually care about like the performance or being good with the thing.
It's just like a weird version of the wannabe, like, or the weird security, like fake self-defense, fake private training stuff. It's just a different flavor.
Hmm. Wait, what happened here? Why is this going off?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, did my YouTube crash on the other side? Okay, I don't know why my YouTube was completely crashed on the other side, because YouTube, again, a multi-billion trillion dollar company, can't get their crap together. Whatever. Anyways, moving on.
Rear for 2, 1, 2, down, back.
Wow.
Rear for 2, down, back. So this is your
It's the
post
Konami
action
code.
Yeah.
When was this video uploaded?
6 years ago. Comments are turned off, unfortunately. With
They're in Spokane? What?
Oh, are they?
No likes.
Yeah,
You gotta
Spokane,
drop a like on this
2018.
video.
Ah.
The first
I think
one.
we need
I
to.
almost
want
want to see if they're still around. I want to stop
We need
by
to
out of
fund-
morbid curiosity.
We are all dumber for now having watched this. True. We need to fund a Logan road trip so that he can report to us live from this location.
Spokane is like 2 hours away from me.
Rougarou Tactical. Oh, that's good.
Holy
this is
shit.
advanced warfare. Yeah. Mm.
I'll be in Coeur d'Alene this Saturday for a match down there. It's like,
Don't dox yourself,
could
Logan.
step-
Don't dox yourself.
He's in Idaho. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's my purse.
I don't know you.
You're not my dad.
Wait, draw and scan. I feel like that's not the correct order of events. I
They're
don't
just
know.
training
I
to
don't
be
feel like that's
sentry
right.
guns.
Yeah, warrior ethos. That's right.
Oh, hell yeah. Don't look when you reholster either. That's not for cool people.
Don't forget to float on the finger
staring
until
hard at the dead
discharged.
target is gonna.
Honestly, I would also stare behind me for 2 seconds solid without checking what was in front of me, which is probably more important.
1, 2, down, and turn. Now turn.
Of course, they're all doing like the strong arm out like that, doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is it Weaver stance?
That kind of sort of Weaver-ish.
Hand deflection slow. And chamber. Backwards punch. Kick. And attention. Armbar. It's the net. elbow, head, knee, ankle, palm strike, tap. Coming in, elbow,
Looks very cool. Very, very at home on a movie set somewhere.
Oh, it's getting even better.
This is like NPC character training. That's a good comment.
Yeah.
This is just tactical dance. Tacti-dance.
It is.
This is what this is.
Dance
It's like that ballet girl running around with a PPSH 41.
Nice.
Wow, marshmallows. I bet that room smells like a nursing home. Yikes. This is the program that was downloaded into Neo's mind in the Matrix. True.
What a good
Oh,
reference.
no. Yep.
Yeah, feet together. Clear the mind. Out. And we see the touch. Right. Out. And hold for a count of 1, 2.
Beautiful. Is there anything else? Anything else of interest here? Knife kata, cane kata. I want to see you guys fight though. Can you guys fight with it? Because I think that would be funny.
No, absolutely not.
Jeff Hall teaching shotgun. Greek show in Hawaii. Restraint training.
It's a 3-hour video.
Okay. No, I think that's it. Okay, so let's see here.
Wow.
Stock 1911 JPEG. No, Tim.
Stop being horny. No horny on me.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be there out for.
You'll
Yeah,
get the
that would
spray.
be very funny. 5 maxims of the Hojutsu Ryu. Character, personal qualities displayed by the student, sincerity, true, faithful, and devoted feelings. Is this a Grantham love letter? Effort, physical and mental exertion to attain perfection in all techniques. Etiquette, proper respect for the art, fellow students, the dojo, and all others. Self-control, using your power wisely and only when needed, without emotion. All right.
Good stuff. Is that? The gun looks hollow to me, but it might just be the perspective.
It's not. The barrel's just black.
12
Oh,
years
okay.
on
I was gonna say, like, what a weird.
In combat, NRA Distinguished Master, Certified Instructor, retired Alaska State Trooper. I don't know if that's relevant. Holding ranks 3rd to 10th, Dan in 5 arts. What does that mean?
Good question.
Holding
I
ranks
wish I could
3rd to
tell you.
10th, Dan in 5 arts. What?
No video, just slideshow. Look at that smile.
This is fundamentals of this is what I want to see. Yes, show me the fundamentals.
Oh,
no, no.
Come on.
I love
see
this
how painful
gunfighting.
this
This is the motto of all premium trading content. Gunfighting, not target shooting. How to fight with a pistol.
Since I've started, why are they always so close to the targets?
Dude, that dude shot really low right in the front.
Whoa, what are they doing? It's like, go for
shoot
the
him in the nuts, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the nuts
is it,
again, shoot him in the chest, shoot him in the
or
nuts
is
again.
is this the dead check?
Oh,
Like
probably
they're
it.
on the ground, and then you, as a civilian. All right, here's just a little bit of unsolicited advice. As a civilian,
do not do a dead check. That is where you
Nope.
will be screwed over in the courts.
That ain't for you, homie. It's like, why does this one shot have burn or powder burns on it? Nope, don't do that. Bad idea. Bad idea. Funny,
morally
bad
and
idea.
everything like that. Is there anything wrong with it? No, I think it's a perfectly fine thing to do in a moral sense, but legally, do not do it. You will be screwed over in the courts.
You heard it here, folks. Logan sucks at shooting. Condones dead check.
I actually need that. Dead shotting based. legally questionable.
Yes.
Cringe.
Oh. I don't. I guess it's like a brick.
Wow.
Why are these sailing grounds right into like the dirt, but at the feet of the target?
Bro,
They don't have a berm. They just have to shoot at the ground.
They are throwing at the target. They're just pulling trigger in that direction. That is the fundamentals on display here.
Fair enough, I guess.
But look, you can get a piece of. I feel bad. You can get. This is like taking advantage of boomers here. This is what this is. You can get a piece of paper that says that you passed this highly rigorous training.
Rigorous.
If this was the best Japan had to offer, I understand why we won the war.
Why do some of them not have the paper?
Some of them didn't pass.
Those failed.
Your Honor, are you still moving? Well, the 9/11 operator asked if he was dead, and I said, "Hold on, let me check."
Yeah,
he is now.
Since I've gotten more into competitive shooting, I've since increasingly gotten kind of morbidly curious about taking kind of one of these more like tactical classes just for the purely for the means of just running my race gear, going there and just clown on people.
No,
you're like the
don't
dude
be
who shows up
mean.
to the fake dojos who teach fake martial arts and just beats the shit out of the master.
Oh yeah. Where you go? I mean, people do that where they expose like the gym bully, you know, because at like some gyms you'll have like the guy who like just fights everybody and wins, and then you have somebody real come in there and just beat the tar out of him.
Yeah.
But
there is like a kind of training class shooting thing that's sort of near me. They don't seem to be kind of this tactic cringe garbage nonsense, but they lean more into kind of the tactical shooting class thing rather than a
garbage. What are you talking about?
Logan is laying down the law right now. Logan sucks at being
I feel
cringe.
bad.
Holy base, Logan.
Kane caught up because you're an old man.
That
feels bad. That's gonna be me in a few years. So I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna save that one for later. I might need that training.
Yeah, you might need that one, John.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that one for later. So how about knife kata?
The kata we're showing now is Hojutsu San no Kata. This is a kata based on the Arnis 12 strikes with a knife. So open the blade, cut.
Oh, he's gonna fillet your ass.
Grip change, switch hands.
Yeah, swap the knife to your left hand because that makes sense.
This is the SpongeBob Israel pants. Republicans today mocking the not dying for Israel post. Yeah, they're while they're practicing their cane and knife kata. We're sending him to the front line, sir. Straight to the front lines.
This is not Yahoo's top
Switch
guy.
Hands, grip change to an ice pick, side kick, stab in the abdomen.
Did you say stab in the ab, or did you say stab in the ass?
Abdomen.
Side kick.
I think he said abdomen.
Stab in the abdomen.
He said abdomen, yeah.
Yeah, abdomen. I mean, listen, the videography, the mic work, the camera work, it's perfect. It's flawless. So
I'm taking notes on it right now.
Bro, this and a Waffle House fight at 2 a.m. atmosphere. What's funny is one of the participants in that fight is probably somebody in this room.
More than likely.
Now step back, put my X cuts up, grip change, ice pick grip, side kick, stab in the abdomen, grab the back of his head, cut the throat. New opponent, front kick.
Wow.
That is straight to black. Very nice.
Murder.
Appreciate it. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, that is the highest level Muslim immigrant. It's the max level Muslim master.
We don't really get those here in the United
rule.
States.
No, fortunately not.
It's more, yeah. I think it's because if you tried that here, depending on which state you're in.
Are they trying to pop each other's balloon? That the the name of the game here?
A reference or something?
They're trying to do something to this guy, and I don't know if he likes it.
Is this
I do
video
not
legal?
consent. I do not consent.
Why are only these guys the guys dressed up? Pop
They
his
might be the
balloon.
instructors. All the instructors
No.
for the demonstration.
Wait. No, my balloon, no.
Handcuff him and then pop his balloon. Right, ice training. Maybe you might need some ice after this training.
Oh.
Stop resisting. Yeah, it brings a whole new meaning to stop resisting. Yeah. No, one
Whoa.
Magic season on pop balloon. Yikes, that's rough. Tusk the Third for 49 says, you guys have never been attacked with nunchucks in Nantucket. Never happened to me personally, although if it has happened to you, I do feel sorry for you. Thank you. Seems like a nice place. Never been. Thank you for the 4.99. Tusk the Third. Ivana Gobble Your Knob Off for $2 says POV T-Rex Arms Group Chat. Cat. Peach, eggplant, horse cry emoji.
What does George have to do with this?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a peach state. Maybe one of the
Thank
characters.
you, Logan,
was
for
named
getting that
Georgia.
joke. It's just a really bad play on words with the peach emoji.
Oh gosh.
That's how my
Absolute Moon Man
really
for
loose
$5
connections.
said, this is the only Asian dude in this town, and he's capitalizing on it by making people think he's a martial artist.
I don't think that was an Asian guy.
Based in capitalism pilled.
He's just a little brown.
I've
He
cornered
he's
the
just
market,
passing.
boys.
That's funny. Thank you, Absolute Moon Man. Phil McCrevis for 199 says, this is Rex Kwando energy. Indeed. Thank you, Mr. Phil McCrevis. I appreciate that for the 199. Tusk the Third for 199 says, Officer Starsky and Gut. Getting some training in, yeah. Starsky and Gut. Oh yeah, many such cases, sir. Thank you very much for the 199. A huge ass for 199 says Logan was quick to identify a black barrel. He's points it out very, very, very fast. It's very quick. It's like, is that a black barrel?
To say for yourself, Logan?
No. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Ethan Mitchell for 499 says dams are the different level of black belt, meaningless outside of the U.S. Huh. Good to know. Well, he was apparently
America, all right, so you better call it by the American terminology.
Oh, good to know. I'm sure that's highly, highly relevant. Tusk the Third has a very important question. Says hammer forged buttholes better than button? Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one's more durable. I don't think we're not doing that durability test here, sir. That's a different question.
Forged in fire.
That's a better way to a question right there, sir.
Nice.
Custom Line $2 has a very important question. Logan, how do I get worse at shooting? Honestly, I think if you took some of these classes, it might help you along the way a little bit.
It would help you get worse.
Logan,
all right.
Logan can't imagine getting worse at shooting.
He already sucks. Black barrels.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I was going to make it. He sprays that white stuff all over those black barrels at work.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's what happens when you get
Logan
past 2 hours on one of these streams.
Logan does not suck at shooting one thing, that's for sure. And it's loads.
He's a very hero man.
Oh gosh, dang it.
When are we gonna get a John copy pasta talking about Logan the way we have the Grantham and the Lucas Botkin ones?
Yeah, it's coming. Poor choice of words, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sure Walnut's gonna get right on that.
Yeah, I haven't caught up on the last couple yet.
Oh my gosh, the air's been entertaining.
They're so wild.
Has there been more Grantham drama?
No, just
no, it's a
normal.
copy pasta. This is where they put like a
Have you
paragraph
never
about him
seen
talking
that?
about Lucas Botkin.
But
It's AI voice of him reading that script. And there's one for Lucas
Oh,
Botkin
speaking
too.
of
We're gonna
that,
get one
apparently,
for...
apparently Grantham deleted his supportive comment on Luke's video.
Wow.
No way. Did he?
That's
I haven't looked,
crazy.
but I saw a
Allegedly.
comment from someone saying that he did.
It could also, if it was on the YouTube channel, it could have also
yeah.
just been- Oh no!
Let me
When's the
see.
focus strip version coming out, guys?
It's never happening. Please, no. All right,
Is that Lucas Botkin? That twink has been on my mind.
Oh god.
No cap. I've been thinking about that time when I barebacked him raw.
I'm not gonna finish that out. That is there's a copy pasta that you can find. It's just simply Garantham likes Lucas Botkin by Weeb Coon, which is the exact sort of person that I would expect.
Oh man.
But yeah, there is a full version. We won't be playing it here. Not here.
Nope,
not
never
safe
mind.
for work or the
Grantham's
stream.
comment is still there.
Yeah, I found it. It's there.
Beat the allegations. This time.
I was saying, why would you do that? That'd make it even worse to delete.
I saw a
that.
comment from someone saying that he deleted it, so I was like, oh, okay. So.
And what's your source for this?
Lied.
I made it up.
Can't believe it. Someone lied on the internet? People do
I'm
that?
insane. Nobody does. Nobody ever does that.
And that's how Logan got us. Oh wait, Mitzvah TV for 499 says, Tuss the Third meant to say barrels, not buttholes. Basically, button rifled, cut, or what is best? I mean,
That's what you were
There's no way that was an accident.
no, of course not. This is a different person. This is Mitzvah.
Nice save.
No, you know, honestly, it doesn't really matter. It depends on what you're doing. For a precision rifle, you probably want the button rifled, right? Or for durability, you want cold hammer forged. You know, there's different things that you want. It depends on what you're doing. They're all pretty good as long as you're getting a good barrel from a good manufacturer. You're not really going to notice till you get past 20,000 rounds. So
yeah, that's it. For 99% of people, any accuracy difference is not going to be enough to notice either.
Yeah. I mean, just generically, if you're looking for like what's a good budget barrel, it's Roscoe or a Ballistic Advantage Hansen. Those are my two go-tos. So, but I think you missed out TV for the 199.
Their button rifled chrome line series, it's like $250. Those are pretty good.
Yep. The FN barrels are they're very, very mil spec. Like, of course they are, right? They are the mil.
Some would say the most mil spec.
Yeah. So those are a good way to go. Huge ass for 199 says Logan is great at identifying pearl necklaces.
What?
Is that a reference?
It's a clutching pearls reference.
That's the only thing I can think of.
We've got to up our racism game because we're at a loss here.
We're
I looked it up.
In the amateur league. We got to get into ranked.
I don't know. That's an esoteric reference that I don't understand. I looked it up. Google's got nothing on that.
Well, it is Google.
I don't know.
Probably they might hide.
Maybe
it.
he's just saying, "Can't believe you don't know that, John." I don't know that. Don't look that up. I did look it up. It didn't pull up anything. It didn't pull up anything. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. Urban Dictionary? Oh no.
Oh,
we'll find out when we're older.
No. Oh no.
Are we learning things live on stream?
I've been doing that this whole time.
Oh, okay.
That's all you ever do, Bones.
Always learning.
Bones
Head
Maloney,
empty.
more like boned Maloney. Got him.
Holy moly.
Logan, how tired are you? Is it like your bedtime?
It's 8:24.
Logan, I did post
sucks
that
at
in
going to
the
bed on
private
time.
chat for you.
Wow.
Logan's reaction to that was funnier than that.
That's something, all right.
Yeah. That sure is something. Ivana, gobble your knob off for $2. Says real quitting time. Real quitting this time. Options on the CXS dog. You cannot spell to save your life. Me neither. But real question this time. Opinions on the CXS from Smith & Wesson?
I don't know what the
What are we talking- what is this-
CXS is.
It's like a tiny 1911 for concealed carry.
Okay, so
It's
it's
a gun.
like a little officer
gun.
size.
Yeah,
or
but
something?
it's the CSX, not the CXS. Am I retarded?
I don't know.
Did you just say the same thing twice?
He literally said real question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ivana Gobble, you're not
Options on the CXS question mark.
Yeah, I don't know any.
So if you're talking about this little guy here, I'm not a fan. I do not love these. I think they're
like
they're
it.
mad
I don't like
mediocre.
small guns.
They seem fine.
It's an aluminum frame, non-optics cut,
brand gun.
CSX. Yeah. And plus
look
mine
cool.
had the trigger hang-up issue that the original ones had because I bought it like right after it came out, where you would get a false trigger pull where it wouldn't pull, and then you would have to release the trigger and then pull again to get it to go off. Not my favorite. So if that's what you're referencing, sir.
Almost looks like a SIG P938 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or like little mini gun similar to that.
Yeah.
Mini gun lol.
Test the third for Bushmo for 199 says, for the record, I am against taking corrosive loads. Yeah, you should. I think we're all united in our distaste for corrosive loads.
It's okay. Logan's an American. He doesn't shoot anything corrosive.
Ivana Gobble your knob off for $2 says, what's a better alias, Nate Higgers or Harry Peters?
That's a classic, brother.
Honestly, I think you're good with either one. I think they're both classic. Thank you very much for the $2. Ivana Gobble your knob off. It's a hilarious name. It's so funny to say.
Oh gosh.
No, we're not doing the. We are absolutely not doing the. Logan Reed's Urban Dictionary for 2 hours section of this stream. John Carter for $4.99 says, "No, never buy from Botac. That's owned by Rabbi Shmuley's Boteach family, and they will jay you out of orders and lie about inventory. Ever seen War Dogs? Yes, I have seen War Dogs. Wait, is Botac actually owned by Rabbi Shmuley's family? No way. I didn't know
so
that.
That's wild.
I gotta look that up now. You're down Botac.
Good.
That's wild. Because yeah, Rabbi Shmuley is a person, all right. Botac. Now I gotta figure this out. Berkochba? Oh, there is a video dedicated to. Oh, actually, RTT has a video on Botac.
So not only do I review parts and accessories and guns and gear and do training videos, things like that, I also review companies.
Guns and gear. Mr. Guns and Gear?
RTT.
No, I know. I'm just...
What do I mean by reviewing companies? If you guys remember my issue with the SB Tactical, it wasn't an issue with them. It was
PSA.
And not only no questions asked, they were on it. I got it. I think this is the replacement the same week. Great customer service. If I find outstanding, what I consider to be outstanding customer service, I want to make a video on it. I want to tell you about the awesome customer service that I had with a company. Companies like Streamlight, companies like SB Tactical, companies like LA Police. But you should also know about companies that I have had bad service with. And this is why I can no longer support or recommend Botac Tactical. Now, I've been a big supporter of Botac for a long time. I have spent several $100s with them, many hundreds of dollars with them. I've bought many articles of clothing from them. I have bought body armor from them. I've bought many things from them. I reviewed a couple things from them. And they were always a company that I suggested people go check out for a deal or a sale or see if they have this in stock or that in stock. And I can no longer do that. I can no longer do that because of the service that I have now. The service I've not gotten. Now, starting all the way back in October 2nd. October 2nd, I ordered 4 ETS 9mm ETS 22 round Glock mags. These are very cool mags. I love ETS.
Okay, so apparently it's just bad customer service. Although you're buying ETS mags, so if you never receive them, maybe that's a positive.
Maybe that's for the best
for you overall. Yeah,
saved.
But, I haven't bought anything from them in a long time, though. If they are actually owned by Rabbi Shmuley's family, that would be wild.
Crazy coincidence.
Huge ass for $199 says Logan, space docking or Alabama hot pocket.
Don't look those up.
Let's say I'm gonna assume those are along the lines of the previous one, and I don't want to know.
I don't know what they are, and I'm not gonna find out. It's
same.
All right, and last one for the night. Mr. Dogman Defense on Rumble says read Acts 743 and then Google Talisman of Saturn. So Acts 743 in the New King James version is
Was it the Star of Ramphon?
Yeah. So you also took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Raphan, images which you made to worship, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness as he appointed, instructing Moses to make it according to the pattern that he had seen with which our fathers, having received it in turn, also brought with Joshua into the land possessed by the Gentiles, whom God drove out before the face of our fathers until the days of David. And that goes all the way on to 53, talking about how the Jews oft turned their back on their heavenly Father. Yeah. And then if we Google, what was it? The Talisman of Saturn. I think that is the part of the belief that the god that the Jews worship is Saturn, because Saturn used to have horns on it or something like that. Yeah. This is another rabbit hole I haven't fully gone down yet. Talisman of Saturn for success, magical amulet. You want to buy a magical amulet for $22?
Nah.
What's in the box?
Consumerism slop. Yes.
Yeah. It's all it always goes back to the black box, the black rock. See, there we go. We came full circle.
Of course.
Shazer 44 for $199 says nothing, drops it on the table and walks away. Thank you very much for the $199, sir.
Very big.
Well, yeah, I love how evangelicals completely ignore all of this. Yeah, just don't think about it, sir. All right, Sonnet medallion. Yeah, that's probably worse, to be honest. All right, gentlemen.
If anybody ever mails me a Sonnet medallion, first thing I'm doing is getting a priest. The second thing I'm doing is burning it. The third thing I'm doing is finding the person who sent that to me.
Yeah.
And then there's a fourth thing that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to talk.
There's a fourth thing that I can only do in Minecraft. Hunter Butler says, "Why is my new Glock connector making my gun run full auto?" That's an installation issue, I think, there, sir. That is wild.
Did you buy it off Wish or Temu?
Hope you got some level 4 plates for your dog, sir.
Yeah. Creek Shoe Operator for $199 says, "Oy, stop noticing." Glasses face. I don't have my glasses with me, but otherwise
we love Jews here, sir.
Yes, we are. Well, this is the Jew stream. That's what we're renaming it right now. Thank you for the $199. Creek Shoe Operator. John Carter for $199 says, "Check the link I just dropped." Where did you drop it?
On the ground.
Probably. Oh, shoot, wrong button. Congrats. Apparently. I don't know where you sent me the link, but I would look at it if I had it.
That's where I keep my link. If I had any.
Yeah, I don't have your link, good sir. So you'd have to just let me know where you put it so I can find it. Thank you, John Carter, for the $199. Because otherwise, I will take a look at that before it pops up. So if somebody sees that in chat, just let me know. Tell me where he sent it to. Ivana Gobble Your Nabov for $5 says, "I'm shilling. Check out Flecka's Talk, the podcast, ranked the best news podcast of all time." Flecka's Talks, didn't he used to do in-person shows like street type reporting, right?
A long time ago.
I haven't seen his stuff in a while. But yeah, if he's still doing stuff, awesome. Glad to hear it. And thank you very much for the $5. Ivana Gobble Your Nabov. Great name. Tuss the Third says, "Google Bob Saget aristocrats joke. You are welcome." Gosh dang it. We got to stop taking requests at this hour.
I know. I got to get to bed. I got work in the morning.
EBs and EBs and needs to sleepy.
Dude, my work schedule changed and they ended remote work, so I have to go into the office at 8:30. So I wake up at 5 o'clock. Yeah, I wake up at 5 o'clock to hit the gym an hour before, or several hours before work. But maybe I have 3 minutes for Bob Saget.
I'm really a family kind of oriented guy, which brings me to this joke. That's my friend Paul, and right now I'm looking at his dinger. He's got a very huge wiener. It's about that big. I believe that's Shanley's joke. I'm pretty sure. When you lift something, it better be a cock. So, here we go. this family, mother, father, and 4 kids. Doesn't matter if they're boys or girls, and they're going to be used anyway as just nothing more than a whole, is what this joke's about anyway.
I don't know if I find this worth the $1.99. We'll just move on from there. Thanks for that though. Creek Shoe Operator 49 says my channel is strictly Juice Goyslav. Oh, good to know. Good to know. You are approved for YouTube monetization, unlike our Black Queen. Good for you.
I would never badmouth an IWI product. Never.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. I think that is. Oh wait, Dogman Defense. Is he saying something? No, I'm not clicking on that.
I will not.
Oh, right. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Dogman's just posting the link to the talisman with the 6-pointed star and stuff like that. Yeah. I see it. Oh my gosh. Higgy Shooting says Logan's favorite Bible verse is Ezekiel 23:20.
Oh, is that the one with the donkey?
Yeah, or the discharge one.
Yeah, it's the donkey one.
Oh.
Let us prepare more whose flesh is like the flesh of donkeys, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
Is that one of the passages where the prophet is describing Israel as a nation, like as a prostitute and cheating on God?
Yep.
Because they do that a lot. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. I did. I clicked the link. Dogman. I clicked the link. But no, the other gentleman, where did he send that? Oh, okay. So he was trying to click the link that he said here. And I should be more careful. The Wayback Machine. Pimple look.
Hey, Logan, that's a really cool hoodie. Where'd you get it from?
WeCanGether.com. Check them out. This is the Electric Tiger Stripe. Excellent hoodies. Wonderfully made. Beautiful printing. Super comfortable. Helps keep sun off of you.
That actually does look really nice.
Oh, yeah. So it does look like
I need to pick them up.
Shlomo. The guy's name is Shlomo Botash.
No, you can't. No.
The guy's name is Shlomo Botash. Yep.
No, you can't. You can't
That's
do
something.
that.
Very nice.
You can't be mad at people for stereotypes and then be the stereotype. Like you can't. You can't do that.
Shlomo Botash was part of it. Listen to this whole explanation here. So Vardy said that Shlomo Botash was part of a sophisticated and well lubricated organization intended to launder money. And this is back in 2006. What a funny bunch of names.
No, Office Dollar. The Gen 2s, they're made in the US.
Yeah, which is why they're a little more expensive.
Why they're a bit more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really funny names in this article. So yeah, apparently, Botak is those guys. Yoav and Bar Kochba Botash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't it pronounced Bar
Sorry.
Bar Botash? I think Bar Kochba is more anglicized.
And their 21-year-old grandson, Ephraim Diveroli. That sounds more Italian, although we'll move on from there. Yeah, it's just thank you for that. So that is confirmed that there is some connection between Botash and the Shlomo families. The owner's name is Bar Kochba Botash or something like that. That's wild. Bar Kochba.
Hebrew is a silly language. It's not even modern Hebrew is not even like a real language. It's like Eastern European and like what they could remember of ancient Hebrew and some other things mashed together. I mean, cool that they could do that.
European? What do you mean? Are you saying they're not originally from the Levant?
I mean, maybe once upon a time, forever and ever and ever ago, but.
Revelation 2:9 says, I know your works, tribulation and poverty, but you are rich. And I know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Thank you very much for the 199 Creek Shoe Operator. That was Revelation 2:9. Very relevant. Sorry. Getting my words mixed up here. But I think I think we're done. We're clear. We're getting out of here. But before we do, John Shepard, anything else you wanna
Just the thing, just Tower Shield.
Just one thing, just the Tower Shield. Let me put the links back to
anyway. Yeah, thank you, Logan. Logan's the biggest donor.
The big donor, the
Logan
big guy.
sucks at good financial decisions.
That's true. He's really bad with his money.
I may be
But it helps
fiscally
me.
irresponsible, but I'm fiscally irresponsible in the right way.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's actually challenge the NFA in courts. Things that GOA won't do.
And
Hell
Tower
yeah.
Shield.
Oh my
No,
god.
that's not right.
Another one. I have to
That's
take
not
money
right.
from normies. You can't call it the N Tower.
Bones Maloney, casting couch operator. What do you got to shout out? What do you got? A new video coming out anytime soon?
I do. I'm down here helping some family right now. So it'll probably be a little bit, but I'm coming out with what is going to be 2 videos. PCCs and AR9s are so controversial, and we're going to get so autistic. It's going to be 2 videos. And I'm really excited to start pushing that out. And I think it'll be a good, very just like no nonsense. Let's actually talk about this and not cope and seethe. And we're not sponsored by anybody. It's just we're gonna talk details.
Has a very controversial videos on why vertical grips are dumb. You should click on that video and tell him why he is the big wrong.
Yes,
And,
own me in the
vertical
comments
grips
like
are
the one dude did
actually
who
based.
called me Bud.
I watched all
Thank
20
you very
minutes
much,
of that
below
video.
average Utah dad. What an interesting PFP you have there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, sir. All right, Logan, what do you got coming up other than wearing baller sweatshirts?
Hell yeah.
Just got a local match coming up here this Saturday. Be practicing for that. So,
Hell yeah, awesome.
Nice.
Not much more than that.
USPSA?
Yes. Yeah, we're
Nice.
actually going to be going back to being affiliated, a USPSA affiliate again. So be a little more strict with our stage designs, and they'll be actually be able to run classifiers and all that. But our club there is growing in an insane amount. We're regularly getting like 80+ people there.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yeah, we've contemplated doing 2 a month just because of how many people we have.
The duality of man. Yeah,
yes.
appreciate it, Ricky boy. Yeah, I think hopefully have a new video up soon. It is not going to be a happy, nice video. It's going to be on a very, very, very expensive product, and it's continued, repeated failings. Maybe the company lied to me. Maybe they didn't. Fun stuff that I'm just digging through all the footage for that now. That'll be up on the main channel. More Gun.Deals videos, of course. Saturday we're supposed to have it. It might be, if I get it done tomorrow. If I get it done tomorrow, it can come out on Friday. Depends when I get done. Also, Richard is out healing up with extreme mouth damage. A couple guys really messed him up in a chair. They were dentists, to be clear.
Not that way. Not that way. No.
Not that way. Wait. You should go subscribe to the Out of Focus Clips channel, which actually let me pull that up.
Yeah.
So you guys can go. I know.
If you just type in Out of Focus Clips, you're not going to find the channel.
Imagine hurting Richard, and the last thing you see is Logan just drawing his stick out. It's just you just see Logan, and you're just standing there, and then you hear beep, and then bop, 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 all 500.
You know what's funny is Lost Arrow, I think, has only ever been on a couple streams, and he's on the clip that has like 150,000 views on the Clips channel.
Nice.
Which
is he squatting the whole time?
No, he's actually there. He's on the panel for that one
Okay.
stream. It's just us, which I actually think is very funny. Go subscribe to the Out of Focus Clips channel, where we post clips and all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little tarded, you know. But we do some work over there.
It's on brand.
Yeah.
A little heavy on the tard tonight. Silicone Sword for $2 says, I need me some Iron Dome. You know, it's only like it's not very effective after it's taken too many loads or something like that. So be careful about how you spend that $3 million a pop. Sig Sauer for $4.99. It says Logan has to come pick up assists from our warehouse. All done. Yikes. You know what? Your sister got really excited when Sig was coming out with their next event because they thought they were talking about her.
She bought the hype.
Wow.
She definitely bought the hype.
She bought the hype.
It's
the worst product they've ever.
Logan's sister's
Thank
probably
you
like
very
at
much.
least third for catching strays in chat, in super chats.
Yeah.
This fictional person that doesn't even exist catching all the strays.
I'm still mad I don't get more haters. Like, what do I have to do to get more haters?
Can you? It's a good question.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just.
Look at Trench. Look at Trench, and then
If what you need to do is you need to take two positions throughout a stream and then argue them both very aggressively, and then cave halfway through, but then bring it back up at the end of the stream. Or you need to go on a random side tangent, like we'll be talking about something else, and you need to bring up like, all right, guys, what's the best barrel length? And just never drop it. Never drop it the entire time, no matter what we're talking about. People would love that.
All right, bet.
Yeah, people hate that. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you all very much for walking out. Thank you very much for the support. You guys are awesome. The best chat on the internet. Thank you very much for hanging out on our Wednesday night, and I will see you guys later. Have a good night and God bless. And thank you to the wonderful gentlemen on this stream as well. So peace out, the homies.
Good night.
Aw, thanks, homie.
Man, these people took my peace from me, then they froze my bank account.